Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Kureon. The stream is playing on my computer. That was disorientating. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We are back for another episode. This time without a squeaky chair. I have a new chair, and it won't squeak anymore. So you won't have that in the recording. But I am, of course, joined by my wonderful party, as per usual. And do any of you guys have any announcements?
My chair does also squeak, so we will still have that.
My
That's
chair is
enough.
broken.
Yep.
My chair attacked my little toe.
We're having a lot of chair-related feelings today.
My chair's fine.
You say that now.
Just
I
wait.
mean, now
Are
I'm
you
scared.
sure?
Are you sure
You
it's
hear
fine?
Jaws music in the background.
Yoop, 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 yoop.
And Stevie's having a burger, so they are currently preoccupied. So they don't have any announcements. But does anybody have any actual announcements?
Yeah, I think it's this Wednesday, if I've got my dates right. There will be some more D&D on the channel. So you should tune in for that. It's not DM'd by me, it's DM'd by Jason, who you saw on the channel a few weeks ago playing Strad von Zorovich. And it's gonna be wild. I'm not entirely sure what's gonna be in store, but it should be fun. So tune in for that.
That sounds interesting. All right. Anyone else have anything to say? No? Go buy Aaron's game, A Hat in Time. Available now. Any announcements about anything to do with Hat in Time?
No.
No? Okay.
I recently had a friend tell me on their stream, before they knew that I knew anyone involved with it, that it was the top 10, in their top 10 of favorite games of all time, and that it just pierced their soul and they are in love with it, and they've been streaming it for a while. So I was told to pass that on.
That's
There we
right.
go. A glowing endorsement. Buy that game
Good review indeed.
so that Aaron can buy me more games. That's how that works, right? Aside from that, speaking of other D&D, of course, you can every 2 weeks catch Bike Club, the Curse of Strahd game on this channel, which is DM'd by the wonderful creator of the channel herself, Susanna Grace, and includes myself, Jamie, and Lydia as players, as well as Marissa, who I'm fairly certain is a force of nature, not bound by human whims, and she's amazing. So be sure to check that out. That's every second Wednesday on the channel, which will be, next one is next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Aside from that, anything else? Any Lydia?
Well, it's going to be another month, but there is another Vault game in Edinburgh in June on the 29th.
And you had one on Friday, right?
Yeah. We had one on Friday with 2 people actually flying in from Germany just for that. Yeah. Went well. Nobody died.
That's unfortunate.
Very close. No, the Banshee almost got them, but
Ooh, that's a good one. That spectral scream is nice.
yeah. Yeah.
So, if that's it for announcements, shall we dive in? So,
Yes, we could.
Susie looks very intent right now. Your back is going to be killing by the end of this. Okay, if you say so. So, in the last session, our party was journeying back from the old mines that they had found themselves in after half the party had been captured by the Dustgrave. Along the way, they found a group of hobgoblins that had been enslaved by the cult and were used to mine the great crystals that you now see as that you saw as the ritual stone when you went to the cairn. And making your way out of there after tangling with some basilisks that had previously turned Gunhill to stone, you followed the trail of their wagon to a small farmstead which sat on the lakeside here on the northern end of the Lake Eln. While there, you met a lovely old lady who was growing cabbages. It turned out to be made of sand. As within the stable house, you did find your horses once again, but you also found Akia, the leader of the cult, who, walking out, said that you were just in time, before pointing to the moonlit tower that lay at the center of the lake, which then erupted in light as Akia himself turned to sand in front of you. And that is where we left last week, as you see this top layer of the lake boil and evaporate very quickly, and the lake drops a good another foot of water out of it. This great lance of light has now disappeared from the tower, but you can see the clouds around the tower have sort of twisted into this circular pattern around them that echoes out like a ripple on water, but in the sky. The island's too far out right now for you to see any particular people on it. You can just make out the shape and the tower, the larger objects. It would be a good amount of time to get actually to the island.
I'm going to start by noting how absolutely wild it was that he waited for us in that stable rather than doing like anything dramatic. He could have done like any number of wild things, but he instead had us slowly walk over to this stable, open it, and then he just kind of walked out.
I mean, in terms of showmanship, like, he's been quite consistently okay so far. The whole mask thing and like, ooh, edgy. But like, nah, this, you're right.
I thought back on it, it was very funny.
A bit more panache.
You just imagine Akira, the super powerful guy, just look through the little planks of the wood. Go, here they come! Hide!
Shoot it!
Actually, he was looking through the old lady, but semantics.
And then while we're studying, going, it's a bit naff on it. It's just like, oh.
It felt more like we'd walked in on him. He was like, yeah, I'm going to take these whole... Oh shit, the hair.
I'm sure he must have been rehearsing a monologue somewhere, and then...
I mean, he got the monologue.
A little cat.
Yeah, he just rehearsed it. That's why.
Yeah. Stu's going to kill us all.
Quite done.
Okay, so time to get to this island.
Yes.
You said it was a while. How much are we talking by a while?
A rough judge of distance here, given the fact that the top part of the lake is currently boiling.
And we'd have like a rowboat with,
And you'd
I
have
assume, one oar?
no, it's a set. It's 2 oars.
Okay.
It's a pair.
Do we all fit in that rowboat?
I'm not super keen about the boiling lake part. Just want to put that out there. I care very much about this, but I care a lot more about the boiling water.
I can fly and make someone else fly, but if anything hits us, well,
You can fly, you can
I
fly.
don't want to drop into that water like a bloody frog.
Yeah, because the place that I'm at right now is that we should probably get to that island. However, it's tough to get to that island. And I personally don't have any skills that help us, so this is on you guys.
But to give you a rough estimate of how long it would take, and this is a rough estimate because you folks aren't entirely sure about water travel, having all of you not really done much of it, probably the better part of 3 to 4 hours of travel in a row.
Wow. So this is a brisk morning out on the lake.
Yeah, it's a big lake. This is, yeah, I mean, yeah, this is like a full-on like Scottish loch style. This is huge.
Well, the only skills I've got in this regard are 2 good rowing arms.
Why are we going to the island? Like, it already did the thing. What if it goes there and does the thing again and it's even worse?
I
And
assume
the land
they're gonna
breaks and then we're in the
doing
water.
thing. Unless someone stops them.
That's probably like that's like the main event, right? That's the big magical show thing. That's probably why they're all convening and going, oh, it's so good. So that's why we need to go to, because if it's like a portal, we can hop through that and then do the, if it's not, if they're all just stood around it praising the light, It's a beacon.
Is anyone else sensing a pattern here in Gun's plans?
They usually
Yeah,
work.
they all seem fairly good.
Yeah, my worry is though that they've done what they wanted to do, and now maybe they've moved on to the end game.
I mean, if that was the thing they wanted to do, it was a little bit lacking.
Mm.
There's a huge column of light in the sky.
Okay, but like, come on, we've seen worse.
Yeah, but it's also a case of 2 points for a ritual. We knew it was a ritual were marked. We don't know what the ritual was doing. Maybe the ritual's to prepare for something else, and now they're ready to do that something else. So we should bear in mind that maybe going over there is putting them further ahead. I'm all for going over because it might give us more information, but they may already moved on by now.
I feel like we're very far behind too, because we came here expecting to run into like everybody and all our stuff and them doing stuff, and really he was just holding out, already finished what it was, did his thing. So if he moves to anywhere else, they could already be setting up somewhere else. They're like a day ahead of us.
Yeah, plus if we sail across the island, it's going to be hours. We'd be late even if they are still there.
But I mean, what's the alternative? This is our only lead so far.
The alternative is that we stand around and don't really do anything, and well, I guess nobody else is doing anything, so I guess they win.
The way I see it is, this thing's here. It wasn't here before. Spooky fucker was here. This is where we go. I mean, yeah, we're playing catch up, but we're not going to catch up if we stood around going.
We're also not going to catch up spending several hours sailing across a lake.
From here, can we see the city, and is there any boats or anything set out to get to the tower?
That is a very good question. You can see the city from here. It's a clear day today, and you can see the city, and there is a boat leaving the city, and this is not a fishing boat. You've living in Dalneln, you've seen what the fishing boats look like. This is not a fishing boat. This is a double-masted, triangle-sailed boat, which is heading swiftly towards the island, and you can see something glinting on the front of it, some form of figurehead.
Look, there's someone investigating. I mean, we can wait till they're, killed by a fireball.
They could give us a lift. Maybe. Can
How?
we signal them? I don't know. It's a boat. People can get on them.
I mean, I can scream really loud. But with magic, I mean.
Gun's just going to walk
Yeah.
down to the boat and start getting it ready to set off. I ain't
Maybe.
waiting
Okay.
until someone else dies. Come on.
I'll go and get in. Like, maybe we can meet that other boat, like, on the way there.
Although, hang on, like the angle though from the city for us, it's like a right angle, right? Where
Yeah,
near the
you're-
top. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's quicker for us to just go to the island in the middle than try and go and meet the boat.
Yeah, and because of the way that the lake is, so it's hard to walk around the lake. To walk around the lake to get back to Dalneln because of the nature of the terrain. It will take you about a day to walk back to Dalneln. But to go across the lake, it's probably a lot quicker because you can go as the crow flies.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so you're all getting in the boat.
If we fit.
You all fit.
Yeah.
4.5 people. It's fine.
Fine.
Okay.
Well, I'm on the oars.
You're definitely on the oars. All right. Roll a strength check for me then, please.
Okay.
Does she get advantage if I'm coxing?
Are you coxing?
Lightheartedly at first, and then assessing the reaction.
Well, if he is doing a good job coxing, then I will fall into a river and it will make my rowing better. I will
Nice.
initially be like, Tristan, you fucking prick. But
This is where the not native speaker wonders what coxing is and
It's
has
the
a lot
guy
of
at
options.
the front of the boat.
I started figuring it out, but the first few options were
Okay, Robo Jamie, roll and performance check for me then, please.
Yeah, sorry, I'm all robot. Everyone's robot to me. So,
like-
performance. Did you say?
60 frames a minute. Yeah, performance.
24.
Okay. So very quickly, Tristan realizes that if he doesn't take this seriously, he's going to get an axe in the head.
And then shoved in boiling water.
Yes. And the water is boiling still. But I'd like you to make a strength check with advantage. And then once you've done that, I would like everyone to make a constitution saving throw.
Okay, that will be 24 on the
Okay.
strength. And then con.
Do I get advantage from my fire resistance?
Yes.
Nice.
22 for my con save.
13 from mine.
Okay, well, I rolled a
17.
16 and a 5, and I think I'll take the 16, which is 18 altogether.
Okay.
22 on mine.
22?
Yes.
18?
plus 3.
18 for you, Tilly. What did you get there, Mary?
17.
17? Gun?
22.
Oh, yeah, bajillion. And Tristan?
13.
13. Okay, so as you get going and you begin to chant out a rhythm, Tristan, Gun, you fall into this rhythm 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you begin to coast quite quickly for a rowboat across this. But Tristan, your breathing begins to get a bit heavy as the cloud of scorching steam, which is now emanating from this lake, is just choking you up, and you can feel it burning your throat, and it's getting harder to speak, and it's getting a bit weaker, and everything just feels very heavy. Your skin itches and burns all over from this, and you take 7 points of fire damage. The rest of you take 3 points of fire damage. So, as you begin making your way across the lake, you see, after about an hour, you're a good distance out into the water now, and the boiling has stopped. About a foot of water in total has been left. And you can see below you now, as the boiling has stopped, all the creatures in the lake are still fine. Fish swimming around in the water. You can see, you can't really call it seaweed if it's not a lake, but you know what I mean. Seaweed, lakeweed. It's seaweed still. Seaweed, kelp still hangs in the water. Yeah, everything seems fine. It just seems as if this top foot of the lake has just sort of been taken away and vanished. But as you look out now, Tristan, you won't be able to see this because obviously you're sat looking back into the boat. The rest of you see now that the boat has actually made its way to the island and is now turned and left.
So what the fuck are we doing?
Someone's here.
Wait.
What do you want to bet? It's the fucking Banner Master.
Yeah, but a good one? Was there a good one? Was that always? I don't know.
Well, with the rolls in my hand, Banner Master.
When I get zapped again, but I'll send the magpie out.
Okay. Where are you sending the magpie?
Towards where the boat is to see who landed.
Okay.
If someone landed on the island.
Okay. All right. So the magpie begins flying out in that direction as fast as they can. Okay.
I'll be looking through the eyes to see if I can spot anything else.
Yeah. So magpie. It's probably going to be a good half an hour before your magpie gets there, and another 15, 20 minutes before they get back. So it's a range where you can hear them. Or
Okay.
you can, they can communicate what they saw to you, or you can see through their eyes. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So as the magpie goes out, you continue rowing your way across, and as the magpie comes back in, the magpie doesn't speak, but you get a feeling like pictures, like flashes of imagery, and you see the deck of the ship was empty. You saw there was a wheel, no one at it. No one manning any of the rigging or anything like that.
When it went back to Dalneln.
It's moving back to Dalneln now. Yeah.
Guys, there's no one on the ship. Was there anyone on the island? Did anyone?
By the time your magpie reached it, it was
Yeah.
quite a distance away from the island. So you could send the magpie to the island, but that would take the magpie a good hour to get.
The ship doesn't look like it's listing, does it?
No, it's heading straight.
Don't be silly, Namara. The ships need people to steal them.
I know that. Doesn't change anything.
I mean, look at it. It's sailing straight.
Uh-huh. There's no one on it.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
Yeah. But then again, what if any of this makes any sense? How do they just make a foot of a leg, like foot of the top layer of a leg disappear? How is that a thing?
That's right, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
We're gonna be that late, but we might find something.
Okay. And as you continue rowing, you all watch in the distance as this boat slows down, the sails are pulled up, it makes its way into port and moors up on one of the docks.
Is there invisible people on it, maybe?
Maybe. I can't see it. I mean,
Is there things that your bird can't see? Possibly?
well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the point of being invisible.
I meant something else.
It's I don't know. It's a bird. It's this weird fey bird, but normally I can see normally through the eyes and it can communicate. I don't know.
I mean, there has to be something happening here.
All right. So as you continue rowing and the day carries on, you see the sun now begins to crest towards, it actually goes essentially behind you as you come towards this island. And you're getting close to it now, and you can see, actually, let's find out what you can see. Make a perception check.
Natural.
Natural 1.
11.
Ooh. 21.
20. 21 as well.
23.
All right.
I mean, 25, but natural 20. So.
Okay. So, all of you apart from Tilly, you look across the island and you see that this island is quite small and it's mostly untouched. There is a large tree at the back, and from this distance you can see that there's things seem to be hanging from this tree. But the major feature of this island is this tall tower that looks much like a castle tower. It has crenellations at the top. The usual arrow slit windows that you would see in these sorts of towers have been replaced by stained glass, and you can see even from this distance, as the sun catches them from behind you, you can see as it shines through in these what looks to be a pale yellow and a blue, but from this distance you can't make out what's on it. And you can see long banners are hanging down from between the crenellations in the outside of this tower that are these deep blue banners with silver thread in them, and you can see the sign of the moon, the residents of Dalneln are very familiar. It just looks, it's a moon, and milling around are a few creatures below, and because you've got a natural 20, you can see that some of these creatures shift unnaturally. They don't move like there's no fluidity to the movement. It feels like every individual limb is being pulled to its next position, rather than an actual walk. It's a jolting. The head is not staying in the same position. It snaps around as if it's sort of on a spring. Woof.
Are they dogs by any chance?
Hecking woofers going on.
Yeah, next door neighbors, unfortunately. Please pay no attention to the woof.
What do they look like? These creatures, like humanoid or?
They're humanoid, but that's about as much as you can tell from the distance you're at right now. But thanks to your very high roll, you can tell that they are sort of twitching. They're not walking naturally.
They act weird. They really act weird. I don't know if that's phasing or if that's teleporting or if they're, I don't know, illusions or something. I don't know. But there's how many of them?
In total that you can see, there are 4 figures on the outside here, but 3 of them are moving in such a way, and the last one isn't.
I mean, it's not beyond them to, raise skeletons, so who knows what else they can do.
And that one guy seems normal.
Probably the magical puppet master.
Are they dressed in the desert sort of?
Too far to tell right now.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see that the silhouette is not trousers. But that's
I'll go magpie again.
Okay, so the magpie goes out, and it's still a fair distance away. So you're still talking like half an hour of travel away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's enough now that it's come into your view, and it's not just a horizon line, and you can see these shapes on the horizon. And something glittering off the tree at the back. That's current. We can currently see. But as you get closer, you send the magpie out, and as the magpie soars overhead, you see it makes one circle round before you see a flash, and they missed the magpie.
Yeah.
Lance blast past the magpie, and the magpie begins to turn and make its way back towards you.
Yeah.
Well, I think that about confirms there's still something going on there.
And as the magpie comes back, you see flashes, and it confirms Gunn's suspicions that these are skeletons.
Skelly's all right.
They're going to see us coming from a mile off. Literally a mile.
Well, they're skeletons. They can't really see much, can they? But that's a fair assumption.
I mean, I assume there's still someone around making sure the skeletons don't break themselves on the stairs.
That's a safe assumption, yeah.
I suggest that if you guys want to prep any sort of magic bullshittery, you get ready to do it soon.
Oh yeah, Gun, let me just get started.
None of my magic is magic bullshittery, I'll have you know.
I thought all of your magic was magic bullshittery. I thought that was the point of your magic.
Listen here, you.
Saying
I don't-
bullshit. I got over 30
I mean,
confident
you're really
points.
good at magic bullshittery, don't get me wrong.
No, the bullshit comes from just me talking. The magic is separate.
Oh,
I'm glad you finally admitted that everything you say is bullshit.
I never denied that.
I say as I'm Roy. With renewed vigour, because a fight is on the horizon.
I purposely miss a beat.
You fuck. Oh, I think we've lost you. Oh no.
No, we haven't. I'm here. So, are you continuing forward? Or are you just making a beeline for it? You're not trying to adjust your course or anything?
I mean, now they've seen the magpie, we may where it flies, perhaps. So they might expect us from this direction.
I mean, I don't think it matters what direction we're coming from. We're in a boat coming from, like, the horizon.
It would take
Yeah.
us far too long to change position, to circle around the island. We might as well just head on.
At whatever speed we can circle the island, we're making bigger circles than they'll be making. They'll be able to just walk to where we are.
Okay. Sorry, 1 second. Let's leave this sheet of paper out.
Can any of you do anything if they try to attack the boat before we get there?
If they're within
Not
60 feet
particularly.
and they're using spells, yeah, but
I can shoot them. That's about it.
It does
I can hurt their feelings. That might help.
You have a bow.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there anything you're planning before you get close at this point?
It's a shame none of us use shields, so we can't use them like a fucking Viking raiding party. We're just gonna go, off the boat. It's gonna be fine.
Okay. So, as you make your way closer in, you see that these figures begin shambling towards the shoreline, and stood behind them, the cloaked figure at this point that you can see is wearing more desert clothing. They have they have a small helmet on, which is wrapped around the edges, and the cloth from it comes around across the face, down over. You can't see any form of physical features right now, just the clothing to it. And they carry a staff in one hand, and as you get close, you see.
I would like to shoot as soon as I get in range because I just realized I have spell sniper, so that's
Yeah, same.
far away range.
The second I'm within 600 feet, I'm starting to fire with disadvantage.
Okay, go for it. Who are you targeting?
The main guy, the guy that's making the Skelebobs move around.
Okay, go for it.
Running is single-handedly all the versions in 300. What an Heatherstone.
That's a 15 on the dice and a 9 on the dice. So that's going to be
Didn't hear anything you said there, unfortunately, Jamie.
an 18 to hit.
An 18 to hit. Yeah,
At
that hits.
disadvantage, yes.
Yeah, that hits.
And I'm not using my crossbow yet because I'm not in range.
Okay, so it's just a bow.
D8, which is 8, and then plus 4, so 12 on the first attack, and a 23 to hit with the second one, so that hits.
Yeah, both hit. Yeah.
We don't row a bit faster, Gun. There's going to be no fighting
Four-
left by the time we get there.
14 points on the second hit.
Okay, so that was 12 and 14, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'd say you'd get, say, 2 rounds before they get to do anything. So
Oh, you want me to just roll like crazy then?
How far are we? I need 240 feet.
you'll get 1 round then.
All these dumbasses playing stand on the shore.
So it's going to be a 19, a 22, a 15.
The 15 will miss, unfortunately. So
And a 22. So 3 hits.
no, you only got 2 more shots.
I thought I had 2 more rounds.
2 rounds in total.
So
You've had 1. You just got your second one.
oh, okay. So all that I can just go now. So that's 2 hits then.
Okay.
9 and 17, 22 points in total in that round.
Okay. And Namari?
20 and 25.
Yeah, both hit.
That is 23 damage.
Okay. So all of your shots volley into this target, and you see the target crumples to the floor. But then a second later, begins to rise back up, and the staff hits the ground. And as the hand comes out towards you all now, you see there is this noxious green gas begins to form in this wave that comes towards you now and creates this foaming cloud over the top of all of you. And I would like everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
18.
15.
17.
19.
Okay.
14 for Jamie.
Okay. Hopefully we'll have Jamie back fully soon, guys. He's working on it. Okay, so everyone aside from Namari and Tristan passes. So Tristan and Namari, you both fail.
With 15 as well.
Yep.
Wow.
And so, as you were affected by this cloud kill spell, okay, so Namari, Tristan, you both take 28 points of damage. And Gun, you take... Do you have resistance to poison? No, you have advantage on saving throws, don't you? It's not resistance.
And resistance to poison damage.
And resistance? Is it both for a dwarf?
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay. So you have resistance. So you take 28 half to 14, half again to 7. So you take 7.
Dope.
Tilly and Ronan, you both take 14 points of poison damage as this choking cloud fills you. And even as you try and hold your breath, it seeps in through your very skin and your pores, and you feel it burns, this horrible, aching burn underneath all of your skin. And you look, and Tristan and Namari are heavily afflicted by this. It is just scoring lines across underneath their skin as it pops blood vessels underneath.
If we die before we get to do anything, I'm going to be very displeased.
Can I get advantage because this just smells like I normally smell?
Oh no, it smells worse than you normally smell.
Ugh.
Yeah,
That's how you know it's bad.
yeah. It's yeah. And you see as it beyond you now, as you pass through it, it sinks and roils above the top of the water for a moment before it sinks underneath, and you see as you look back, a number of fish come to the surface of the water as they are caught in this cloud as it sinks below the surface. All right, so as you make it closer now, you are about 60 feet away from the shoreline, and I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, hey, I did it good.
Again,
Yeah, that's Stevie.
I just don't do initiative.
Yeah, same.
But that's good because you've got Colossus Slayer, so you know it's good for you to not be at the front.
It's true.
Oh, that's surprisingly nippy for dead things. Okay, so 15 to 20.
21.
Both Jamie and I got 19.
Okay,
I have +3 dex. I don't know what he's got.
all right, good to know. So you've both got +3, so both of you roll again.
I got 14 that time.
Okay. All right, so was that 19 from both of you? Was it 19? Okay. So
I beat him.
Gun and Tristan. Anyone else in 15 to 20? 25 to 20? Oh, 15 to 20. Is that one? Nope. All right, okay. 10 to 15?
11.
11?
11.
11?
Why? What? I don't even know where that meme is from.
I'll send you the video.
Thank you.
That's it. Okay, and then 11 from Dear Ronan. 5 to 10?
9.
9. 1 to 5? What did you get, Tilly?
21.
Oh.
You didn't do my bracket.
Didn't I? Oh, well, that would explain. Okay, all right. Never mind then. All right, so here is your battle map. If you're wondering where you are, Tilly, you're sat next to Ronan, but you're small enough. And battle map squares are tricky.
Ah, that dumb snake is here.
So, first up, as you see now, as you get closer, you hear this hissing in the air, and as you do, it swims from inside the tower, snaking along the ground, as this creature that you are intimately familiar with, Namari, rears up over the tops of a small cluster of rocks. It stares directly into your eyes, and you can see in its hood a mark where your Eldritch Blast bore through once more is still there. The scale's not fully healed yet. Its tongue, as it just wordlessly casts a spell at you.
It's counter spell time. Counter spell.
Too far away.
Please. 60 feet? You said within 60 feet.
The boat is in within 60 feet.
Oh, that was my turn.
No, they're up first. But they are further away.
Okay.
And I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Nice knowing you guys.
I can't wait to spread
18.
them out about.
18.
I'm on 13 hit points after that fucking cloud.
Okay. Was that 13 you said?
Yeah. Just didn't really get time to counter spell that.
Okay. And you feel now as this creature looks into your eyes, you feel a sense of regret at killing it before. How dare your party tell you to do that? You're on its side as you are dominated by the creature.
Fuck's sake, on an 18. What?
Oh, you're on an 18. I thought you said 13.
I said 18.
Well,
Said
I misheard
18.
you. I
Thank you.
misheard you. Never mind, you're not dominated. You're
I'm
fine.
getting to throw the Mario off the boat.
I wasn't going to throw Namari off the boat.
I was.
No, I was.
Oh.
You and water, what do you have against me?
It's another friendly waterboarding.
Another is I think
Another.
the creator of
Okay,
I'm
which
bullied.
brings us to Tilly.
Okay, I'm so glad I'm up first, 60 feet away from the island where I could do nothing of value.
We're so salty today.
I literally can't. This is too far for the sling. The sling is like 30 foot, 120. I would have disadvantage.
You can hold your action.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Tilly. Come on.
Yeah, and at disadvantage, I also miss a good portion of the ones I do.
I'm waiting for the back of that chair to just fly off when you do that.
Yeah, I say.
Oh.
I have to hold a specific action, don't I?
Yeah.
Yes. What would you like to hold? What are you doing? What is
And
your
I-
trigger?
I can't. The move action can't be part of it, can it?
You get half your movement as part of it.
Ah,
by
okay.
house rules.
Yeah, I just want to hold like an attack until I am on the island.
Okay.
Or until we're close enough to that I can reach. Say
Of
this
course.
skeleton.
Yeah. Okay. Which brings us anything with your bonus. Oh wait, that takes your reaction. Anything with your bonus action.
I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I'm a good like 60 foot away from the island where all the stuff is.
All right, salty. Jesus, Captain Salty Pete over here.
I could pick a lock. Is there any locks in the boat?
Okay, all right. You've made your point. Jeez. Which brings us to Gun.
I'm going to rage. And then
Okay.
I'm going to rage roast at the island.
Okay. So you dashing the boat.
Yes.
Okay. So as you dash and you're like, ah, and you don't realize as the boat careens into the beach and pushes itself a good 3 foot, like half the boat, up onto the shoreline.
This is fine.
It's how it's done. It's PUBG.
Yeah, if PUBG's taught me anything, that's how you park boats.
Okay, which will trigger your held action, Tilly.
Okay, I'm gonna. Where am I? Oh, there I am. I'm gonna jump over to this skeleton and I'm gonna hit him.
You're like a Marineshko doll.
Yes.
Marineshko. Shut up. You know what I mean, Russian doll.
I'm gonna go out and with me dagger. That is a 23.
Yes, that hits.
I do not get my sneak attack on this, I assume.
You're so mean.
That is 9 piercing damage.
Okay.
Nice. Fancy desert glass dagger.
Yeah. All right. So as you jam the dagger in, you try and pull it through one of the sort of magical joints that are holding this skeleton together, and as you do, the arm just stretches out from the force of your blow, but it's snapped back into the place by these small spectral strings, which will bring us back to Gun. Anything you'd like to do the rest of your time?
What have I got left? Because I assume rowing the boat was my action.
No, rowing the boat was your movement.
Oh.
Dash was an action. Because you were the boat for that.
Okay, so I used my bonus to rage.
Yeah.
Dashing towards the island was my action.
Yeah, but that was only 60 feet, and how much movement do you have?
35.
Okay, so you have 10 feet left.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna hop off the boat. Does Tristan count as 5 feet?
Yes.
Okay. I
Tristan
was
does
stand
count.
next to Tilly.
Okay. All right.
Hi, friend.
And that will end your go. Which awkwardly brings us to Tristan.
I've got this. Ooh, I'm Tristan. Magic eyeliner.
I thought Jamie disconnected.
You heard it here first, folks. That's how Tristan sounds.
I mean, I can draw a face on my hand and.
I rolled an 18 on being Tristan.
Not high enough.
I rolled a 3 on being Tristan.
13.
The DC is very high.
Natural 1.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we take a quick break while we wait for Tristan?
All right.
Back? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Because otherwise we're going to be awkwardly here like, so we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Hopefully we're a full party. Potatoes. Welcome back.
Stream fucking absolutely heard that. Also, Stevie's right there.
Look, Stevie's just because Stevie wants what his people have never had.
We've
I
drank
would
a
just
lot
like
of
to
them.
say the
Are we
views
back at Drew McIntyre?
expressed by people on the stream do not necessarily reflect my views, and I am in no way affiliated with them.
You are affiliated with them.
Nope.
You're so affiliated with us.
Anyway.
You don't like get a choice at this
I
point.
disavow all of you.
So we were in a combat, I think.
Oh
Are we?
yeah, there's like
Oh,
fight
with
music.
each other, yes.
Yeah. Basically, guys, it all fell apart at the break, and we've all turned on each other.
At the break, it fell apart at the start when you've been.
No,
making
but
fun of
we're
me.
yeah,
I
but that's still unity in the team.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't done anyone.
For me, it fell apart when.
It fell
I tried
apart
to
when it's
start.
your turn. So what are you doing, Tristan?
Oh, it's my turn. I don't have any idea what's happened.
We're in a
Um,
fight.
So what happened is
I'm assuming Fairy Fire will help.
Snake.
That's normally a good go-to.
Snake tried to mind control Namari. I almost said Namira. I hate you.
In a psyop.
So worth it.
The snake tried to mind control Namari. Did not work. And then Tilly waited until Gunn rage rode the boat into the shoreline, crashed into the shore as you.
Throw away the aura forever.
It's your go. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I would like to.
Doggone.
Hmm.
I ran into that one.
Yeah, I'd like to hypnotic pattern, so that I can definitely get the giant snake, and I believe I'll be able to get the other guy here as well, within range.
It's a 30-foot cube, right?
30-foot cube, yeah. It's easier when it's a radial effect, but cubes are a bit.
You'd have to
Oh.
move to get the back one in, but.
Well, I mean, it's 120 feet range.
Oh,
But
right.
the
it's-
actual effect itself.
Right, I get it now. I get it. Yeah, of course. So you're going to hit all of them? Yeah, okay. But not the Naga.
No, I want to hit the Naga.
Oh, you want to hit the Naga. Okay, so Naga, you sort of.
Yeah, I'm one to angle it so that I definitely get the Naga, and then as many, if possible, around.
Okay. So to there, to there. Okay, so you would hit both the skeletons and the Naga, but not
Okay.
anybody else. Actually, no, you could hit. Never mind, I measured it wrong. You could hit everything but the skeleton next to Tilly.
Okay, yeah, that's perfectly fine by me then.
Yeah. All right. So it is a
Wisdom save against a
Okay.
16.
So the Naga fails.
Oh,
No.
that's good.
First skeleton fails. Second skeleton passes with a natural 20, and the necromancer fails with a 9. So, as you begin to play your short verse upon your violin, the strange, weirding music just echoes out unheard to the rest of your party. And as it twists its way around in a spectacle of light around the Naga and their compatriots, you see as the Naga and the Necromancer begin to sway in this strange, unnerving pattern. Their eyes glass over, and they just seem completely incapacitated to the world around them.
Nice. And yeah, I'm happy with that being my turn.
Okay, you don't want to move? You're just going to stand on the prow of the boat.
Yeah, it's majestic. 1 foot is like the left leg is
It's
above,
like right
just-
up on the bow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Of course.
Making sure it's the left leg because it's the right leg that keeps getting targeted.
Tell me my Tristan was wrong then. How that turn ended, tell me I was wrong.
Pretty much exactly accurate.
So, hypnotic pattern, how does that work? They get a save?
Hypnotic pattern, it says, on a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by this spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. The spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor. So they're all
Okay.
incapacitated for a minute.
So that's the end of the Necromancer's go, which brings us to Run.
I'm gonna hop off the boat and run up here because these look like rocks.
Those are some rocks, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the little cliff there, and just peek up and hit the skeleton back here. But I'm using my crossbow now.
Okay.
Now that I'm within range.
Okay. 1 second. I just need to check something. I have so much paper. I'm very environmentally unfriendly right now. It's fine. I'll recycle it all after the TPK. Okay, sure. So it's just a straight shot. This creature is incapacitated.
Oh, wait, it is? Which
Yes.
one isn't
This-
then?
This one isn't.
I thought you said, and one by Tilly as well. You said.
Yeah,
Is
and
that
the one
one?
by Tilly. Yeah. So the two on that axis are
Is
incapacitated.
this guy incapacitated?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going for the purposely for the one that isn't.
Okay.
incapped. And I'm gonna
Good to know.
Hunter's Mark it first, and then I'm gonna hit it twice.
I'll put a little notifier on to make sure that you know they're incapped. Okay, so make your attack roll.
27.
That will hit. Yes.
14. 19 points of damage to the skeleton.
Okay, so the first shot hits the skeleton and it just blasts it apart. You hit a contact point on the bones, and these old aged bones, which you recognize are actually wearing similar clothing to the ones the skeletons that you fought outside the cairn. They're similar style clothing, and it just hits a weak point in these ancient bones, and just shatters the creature to pieces.
Then I'll hit the skeleton at the very back as well.
Okay. Go for it.
Actually, yeah, I'll hit the skeleton at the very back.
All right,
20 to hit.
that does hit.
It's not been damaged yet, so
No.
just straight D10 this time.
Straight D10. Yep.
7 points.
Okay. And so it gets to make another save, right? Or is it just?
No, it just breaks. It just breaks free.
Okay, it just breaks free. I want to break free. I think we might have lost Jamie again. Oh no, he's here. He's here.
I'm here. I'm just reading up on some of my other spells just to make sure
He's
that
just looking down. I was like, you were very still.
I'm
Okay.
concentrating.
All right, so that's the end of your turn, Ronan.
Yes.
Which brings us to these yellow mobs. So this one moves up, and you see as it reaches out a hand towards its master, it very ungently slaps the necromancer. And that would be its go. This one, you pulls out this just very broken scimitar where the part of the blade that curves is snapped off. It is just this sharp stick right now. Just swings it towards you, Tilly. With a 23 to hit.
20 anything's gonna hit me. I'll uncanny dodge.
Okay. So you take 5 points of damage, half to 2.
Cool. Very effective.
Okay. So as it swings at you, you dodge at the very last moment, not enough to actually to not take the blow, but as it cuts down the side of your arm, you feel it stings as it catches you slightly. And that will end their go, which brings us to Namari.
I forgot to roll initiative for the magpie. That's 5.
Okay.
Because
I'm just assuming the magpie acts on your turn.
Oh, okay, we can do that. Then I would like the magpie to distract the necromancer, so I
Okay.
can get advantage. So help action.
Yep.
That's the first one is a 27,
That hits, yep.
and the other one is a 24.
Okay. Both hit.
Ooh, 20 damage.
All right. So as your two lances of this green tinted energy slam into the side of this necromancer, as he's shaking his head, just clearing his vision from the last after effects of Tristan's spell, just these two bolts hit him in the back, and as he lurches forward, he turns. So you're the one they talk about. And that will end your turn, I presume?
I think so.
I
Okay,
think
so
they talk about all of us.
There.
Okay. Which brings us to the Naga. End of the Naga's go. It brings us to Tilly.
I'm going to remember that you are supposed to hit skeletons with bludgeoning damage and punch it.
Okay.
And that is going to be a... Let me look at my character sheet. 15.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, gun is right next to me, so I get sneak attack.
You do. I actually got a question about this last week. Someone asked, why does Tilly get sneak attacks on punches? And
Because you let me.
the answer is because I let her.
And that's 17 bludgeoning damage. I did not need that vulnerability.
No. So as you just swing your fist into the side of this creature, you catch it, and a part that's already slightly broken and underneath its jaw, and just slam its head off.
Sounds good.
Which will... This kills the skeleton. That end your turn?
It might do. Let me think what else I can do.
Okay.
I will move into a flanking position for gun.
You're up next, Gun. You're good now?
All right. I'm going to run up to this guy. I am going... Is he down or is he still stood up?
He's stood up.
Stood up.
Stood
I'm
up.
going to reckless attack.
Okay.
+2.
Oh, and a +2.
Yeah, because you're currently flanking.
21.
That
hit.
hits.
14 slashing on the first.
Okay.
And on the second, 15 to hit.
That will not hit.
Oh.
As the first one slams down into him, he cries out, and as you cockily come in for the second swing, it hits against an invisible barrier around the figure, and it bounces off. Almost comically, the figure is just turns to face you now, and you see sparks begin to crackle in his hand of arcane energy. Which
Just
will
give
bring
him the...
to Tristan.
Giggling to myself a little bit at the thought, I cast blindness on the Naga. Since it doesn't incur damage, it doesn't rouse it from its incapacitation.
That is true.
And wondering if saving throws and incapacitation is a thing. No? So it still,
I
might.
I actually checked. What's your DC?
16.
And this is a Constitution saving throw, right?
Yes, Con.
Okay, that's unfortunately a 17.
Well,
It's the
still.
fault that counts.
Yeah, and
It's
I was
out.
quite happy. I was giddy about it.
Thanks.
In that case, then I would like to forgotten what it's called. Give me a sec. As my bonus, I would like to use Elegy of Fated End on the Naga.
Okay. Is it in range?
I think so.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So, does it get a save? I can't remember my own ability.
I will reread it. I think it does actually.
I made this. I don't know
Wisdom
what it does.
saving throw against your spell save DC.
Okay. That is. Ooh, that's a 15.
Haha! It.
So it gets its D8 dissuasion dice.
Mhm.
Alright. Would you like to do anything else? Move or anything? Or are you going to stand heroically on the boat?
This time I would like to sort of like flick my hair out of my eyes, and then remain.
Into my face.
Maybe it's not that long. It's not as long as my hair. Okay, so
Which will bring us to the Necromancer, who, as an action, vanishes.
Can
And
I?
it is-
Can I counterspell that?
You can certainly try.
I will.
Okay. Roll for
roll?
it, please.
What do I add?
Your charisma.
It's not a save, right? It's just charisma.
Yes, just charisma.
That is 13.
Not enough, unfortunately. As you try to counterspell it, you just catch the edges of the spell, trying to pull the threading apart, but it's not enough as you see the figure pulls its cloak around itself and just winks out of existence as they cast a dimension door and appear next to the Naga. And as they appear next to them, they just grab a hold of the Naga and just shake. And as the Naga snaps out of the hypnotic pattern.
That's a problem.
Which will bring us to Ronan.
Yeah, I'll pick up to here. Move Hunter's Mark as a bonus action onto the Necromancer.
You're about to say it's an action to shake someone out of the incapacitated.
I am.
I know.
I thought Dimension Door was an action.
Usually.
Okay, never mind. My apologies.
So, against the Necromancer,
Okay.
28 to hit.
Okay. That hits.
Yeah, he's already hurt, so he gets.
Colossus Slayer. Yep.
Yeah. Come on, big dice. That's big dice. 27.
Oh, right. Yeah, that hits.
No, that's
damage.
27 damage.
Well, damage is what I meant. You know what I meant.
And then second attack.
Okay.
It's only got. Well, I said it was 23.
Yeah, that does hit.
No Colossus Slayer this time, so that dice goes away. And that is only 12 points of damage.
Okay. So, as both shots slam into the Necromancer, you see its form crumples to the ground once again. Just like it's just been, like the weight has just been dropped out of it.
And I will move back down onto the rocks of the little cliff there.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn as you scramble down the edge of the cliff?
No, that's me.
Okay. That will bring us to skeletons. And this one's going to swing at you, Gun. There's a 5 hit.
No.
It swings wildly at you. You bring your blade up and catch its scimitar, and you just flick it to the side. The skeleton reaches down and grabs one of its fallen companion. Which brings us to you, Mark. Because you kill him.
I will attack the Naga quite desperately with Eldritch Blast. And with advantage from the Magpie again, if that's...
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. So that is the first one, 19.
Yeah, that hits.
The second one is 26.
That also hits.
Oh, and that is 24 damage all in all.
Okay, as both of them slam into the Naga, you hear it hisses, this horrible hissing. You swear in amongst it all, you hear it say, "Not again."
Can I somehow hide behind the tree, or just any rock I can duck behind and get some cover?
The tree currently is 90 feet from you.
No, I thought the bushes here were trees. Never mind.
You could hide behind the bush.
I will try. Because I'm scared. And there's a snake.
Okay.
I feel like the snake is probably watching you dive behind that bush.
Yeah, I don't care. Better than being on the boat.
All right, and that will bring us to the Naga. And the Naga rears its head back and is going to try and attempt to cast a spell.
Is
I would
that
like to
a
counter.
new round? Okay, you do.
Yeah, I have it too.
Okay.
Don't know what it is that it's doing, but I'd like to do it anyway.
And roll, because this is being cast at higher than third level. So,
Okay.
so you just add your charisma.
Okay.
I feel like it's only a
Well, how does a natural 20 sound?
Good.
Okay. All right. So as it rears up and you see the licks of flame appear in its mouth, you just catch the fire and just blast it off into the wind. And as the creature turns, it looks towards you. And that will end its turn. Which brings us to Tilly.
Okay. I'm gonna step on over to this skeleton.
Yep.
I'm gonna give him a big old punch.
Okay.
I'm actually not gonna do that because that's a 10.
Yeah. You whiff at the skeleton as it's duking it out with Gun. You at the last moment the skeleton hits into Gun with too much force and is pushed back by Gun's blade, and as it stumbles back, your blow just whiffs in between the two of them.
I will 2-weapon fight and try that one again.
Okay.
That's a natural one that I can reroll with lucky.
You're doing really well tonight, buddy.
19 on that one.
That does hit, yes.
Okay, thank God. Just love to not fail rolls. And that is a total of 10 on the dice and then 12 bludgeoning.
Yeah. So as you slam your fist into the side of this one again, your other fist, it just cracks into it and just shatters the upper torso of this incredibly decrepit skeleton.
Nice.
And at the end of your turn, the Naga is going to use a legendary action to attempt to cast a spell.
Oh, no.
Can I? Is that a new round or is it? At the
It's a
end?
new round. It's when it reaches your turn. You're in
Okay, yeah, I will.
I feel like Stuart's going to horribly punish us for you counterspelling everything at some point.
I know, but I'm out of spells anyway after this, so that's
Okay.
fine.
And the
So
fact
you-
that two of us can do it as well. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can't spell it?
Yeah.
It just once again, as the flames begin to lick up in its mouth, you just snap them out.
Whew, okay, that's it. It's the last one. Now I'm dead. Oh God.
Okay. And that will bring us to Gun.
All right, I am going to I can get in front of the Naga, and I'm gonna try and take it out. Well,
Okay.
do a good slice on it.
Yeah.
Goodbye,
Chop.
D20. Doing it recklessly because I'm an idiot. Natural 20.
Nice.
That's 4d6. Oh, okay. 25 slashing.
Okay, yeah.
That's my first attack. Does 23 hit?
That does hit, yeah.
And that's a slightly more disappointing 12 on the second. No, sorry, 14 on the second.
Okay. Because you've had your rage damage.
My rage.
Raga. Okay. So as both strikes come into this now, it hisses out in pain as you carve great chunks into its serpentine form. And at the end of your turn, it's going to cast a spell.
Okay.
And you see now, as its force of fire is being extinguished twice, it decides to take a different route as you see lightning begins to spark from around its mouth, and as it blasts forward a lightning bolt.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. There's a fucking angle on that.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I would like you all to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Wait, can I see this coming?
Down
Yeah,
either
you
way.
can see it coming.
Oh, cool. Advantage.
20.
22.
Here's the thing: if I use cutting words on something like this, does it
No.
reduce the damage for everyone, or just?
20, not
against you.
natural.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to.
Just against one person. Yeah. 20 not natural.
See.
Okay.
Same.
And what do you get, Tilly?
22.
22. Okay. So we'll pass. That's good. I need more dice though.
I'm dead either way. Well, unconscious.
I have
Sleep
lightning
then.
resistance. I'm hoarding all the elemental resistances.
You do. One more and you're more resistant to the same amount of things as Gun.
I get evasion soon as well.
Yeah.
I'm taking
That's
fucking any damage.
gross.
That's correct. All right. So.
Oh, that's not a good sound. £30 points of damage, halved for all of you to 15.
And half again for you, Tilly, down to 7.
I had 13 left. I'm down.
Okay. So as it blasts through, lances through all of you, it catches you right at the end of Mari, and the last thing you see is this serpentine face erupt into this great grin as you collapse unconscious. And that will end its legendary action, which brings us to Tristan.
Okay, so for style points, I'd like to think every time the whatever fire thing it was doing was counterspelled and whipped away, Tristan was collecting a little bit of it to throw back as a fireball right now.
Okay.
But I'd like to do it roughly here, so gun is not affected.
Okay, you will hit the tower.
I'm okay with that. I don't know what that means, but I am okay with it.
Okay.
Being a building, I don't normally accommodate them into my battle strategies.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, fireball there, so dex save.
Dex save.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20.
Well, it saves, but it still takes half damage.
And the sacred holy site of your people
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah.
fails the dex save, funnily enough. Because it's a wall.
I'm not overly religious.
We'll just say it happened during the ritual. It's fine.
Yeah.
We didn't cause this.
What do you mean? Oh, that scorching fire, yeah. Oh, man, those cultists. Dicks.
I mean, fire is.
Okay, so that's... Give me a sec to add up.
They can't be all that worried about some scorching, or even if you break it. They did see the enormous light that came out of it.
I can be pretty convincing, not gonna lie.
It's plausible. We have plausible deniability.
Desert fire.
How much damage?
36 points.
Okay.
Halved. So that would be 18 points of fire damage.
18 points of fire damage. Okay. And from inside the building, you hear a "Ah!"
Wasn't me.
as parts of the stonework are blasted open. Not just scorched, as in they are like cracked, and almost entire bricks are blasted outwards.
Not gonna lie, I did genuinely debate like doing it further away from the wall to maybe blast it towards the wall, but I prefer this.
So,
No one else does.
and that will bring us to the necromancer.
When I say I prefer this, I meant me, not Tristan.
And
Tristan's
you see,
probably upset.
as the crumpled form of the necromancer gets back up once again.
Did it not just get torched?
Yeah, he was right where the fireball hit.
I mean, you can't kill him if he was already dead at the time.
I mean, bones burn, crematoriums and that.
It's a fireball. It's a flash fire, Tristan.
True. Fair.
It can
Well,
blast
no.
apart rocks, but doesn't do anything to bones. Excuse me, Stuart.
Who's saying he's a skeleton?
It was half of it off the ground, okay? Let's say that.
He's a man and they have skeletons in them.
Thank you for your words of wisdom. It's almost as if,
Science with Aaron.
it's almost as if there's some magic going on here, considering this person that was dead not 5 seconds ago is alive again.
If we suspend our disbelief for long enough, then maybe.
I could be convinced to believe that.
Also, I would like to use my movement to also move behind the bush. So, wait, I need to figure out just how far I could get.
You crazy kids off hiding behind bushes.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, that will be my turn after that.
Okay, as the necromancer gets back up again, he's going to cast a spell. And is in range if you want to counter spell. You don't? Okay. Let me just find the spell that he's casting.
Yeah, unfortunately, I cannot counterspell. They don't know that, but just so you know.
Okay, so 60 feet. That's everyone, including the Naga and such. All right, I would like everyone to make a Constitution saving throw as you see in the center of you all this glyph appears, raises up from the ground, and as it twists onto its side, the lines trace out like a constellation, the shape of a skull, which then just screams, rippling forward, this wave of energy out of it.
What save did you say, sorry?
I said a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
6.
Do I automatically fail and take 2 death?
No, you just take 1.
25
Okay.
for me.
You only take 2 on a crit.
21 for me.
And crit on saves. There's a 22 from me.
Yep.
No, I'm wrong. It's a 21. I can't do +3s.
Okay, and Tilly, what did you get, sorry?
6.
It's okay, Stevie. I can't do maths at all.
I don't think I'm resistant to necrotic damage.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Put that one in the back pocket. Find a way.
Put a pin in that one.
If it makes anyone feel any better, I have 2 calculators just to be safe. As well as my phone, so 3 technically. And I still take forever.
Okay. So that is 32 points of damage.
I'm down.
Halved to everyone. You fail a death saving throw, of course, Namari. Is necrotic damage, to be clear.
So what is it halved to?
It is halved to 60.
Big old number.
I'm on a fat 3 right now.
Okay, as the circle of death hits Tilly, you see as this astral projection of Tilly is punched out of her for a moment before it is pulled back into her body, and she just looks up to the sky for a moment and just and drops to the ground.
Maybe we should do that instead of counterspelling.
Which will
Well,
Wow.
counterspelling's no longer an option.
necromancer moves out from around, which will bring us to Ronan.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop out here behind the rocks and shout the gun and say, do I run and healer? Do we try and take him down?
Heal.
I will sprint over here and cast a 2nd level Cure Wounds on Tilly.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
For the biggest, 19 points of healing.
19
Nice.
points of
Yeah, almost the entire full. It was 8 and 7.
Nice. So Tilly, you snap back awake and you feel just kind of weird for a moment as your mortal form, your mortal coil is once again fully reconnected after this necrotic damage back to your physical body. And for a split moment, you feel like your skin is about 0.5 centimeter in front of your face before you fully jerked back awake. And that will end your turn, Renner?
I'll bonus action move my Hunter's Mark onto the Naga.
Okay. Which will bring us to Namari. Make a death saving throw.
That's a 13.
Okay, so 1 pass, 1 fail currently. Which brings us to the Naga,
Oh boy.
who's once again going to begin chanting a spell. And Tilly, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh, it would be me, wouldn't it? Famously good at wisdom saving throws. That's an 11.
Okay, so now you're on the ground and you feel this force overtake you as it begins to pull your limbs in a direction that you don't want before it becomes very natural to do so, and you feel like this is how they're supposed to be moving as you are dominated by the creature.
Well, joke's on the snake. I can't do anything without advantage.
That's true. Which will bring us to... Oh, it's you, Tilly.
Okay, I guess I punch Ronan.
No, I get to control what you do.
I know, I'm giving you ideas.
Oh, yeah. No, you get up and you walk over to gun. Ronan, you do get an attack of opportunity if you'd like.
Oh, here we go.
Bring me up and knock me back down.
Nah,
No, you just watch as Tilly gets up,
Oh no!
pulls a dagger out, and you see as he walks towards you, Gun is going to attack. What's your attack bonus, Tilly?
It's
with-
minus 12.
Roll an attack against Gun
Oh, cool.
with your dagger.
Yeah. I rolled a 5, so that's a 13.
Nope. All right. Bonus action.
That one was a 15, so 23.
Ooh.
That hits.
Yeah.
All right. Roll
I
damage.
have an ally within 5 foot.
Oh no.
Yeah. You can attack.
It's okay, you're resistant.
I am.
Oh wait, what's your AC, Gun?
16.
All right. Okay. So the first one wouldn't have hit with the flanking. You should have.
True, God, yeah. So that is. Oh no. 14, 16 plus 5, so that's 21 piercing damage.
Okay. So that's
Sorry,
reduced.
Gun.
That's reduced to 10.
So pal.
As you see out of the peripheral of your vision, Tilly begins to walking towards you, and you think, "Oh, thank goodness, some melee backup!" And you just feel a hand come onto your shoulder before the blade is sunk into your lower back.
Tilly.
And that will end your go, Tilly. Which means I do believe you get to make a saving throw.
Cool, real good at those. Well, if I do, it's a 6. Which, given my knowledge of this game,
Yeah, well,
might not be good
That's
enough.
close, I think.
Yeah.
Oh
Maybe like-
no, never mind. Okay, all right, never mind. You don't get a saving throw at the end of your turn.
Cool and good.
Yeah, the only way to break you out is for someone to punch you, and if you take damage, which will bring us to, speaking of punches, to Gun. You've just been stabbed in the back by Tilly.
Okay. Clearly there's something wrong with Tilly.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Nah.
I would like to throw an elbow behind me and try and clock her in the face.
Okay, go for it. Here's your attack roll.
I'm gonna do a reckless attack.
You're gonna do it
I'm
recklessly.
recklessly throwing elbows.
Oh, you should have got
That's
advantage
the
on those
best way to
attacks.
throw elbows.
I should have, yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, the dice was a 15.
Okay, so that's gonna hit. So you take
My strength is 6.
so 7 points of damage, Tilly.
I'm raging. 9
9
points.
points of damage. And make a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 14.
Not enough.
This is the part where we beat Tilly on contest.
I broke Tilly's nose for nothing.
You just you go back and you feel this horrible crack as you slam your elbow into Tilly's face.
Also, realistically, if this is me, I wouldn't Connie dodge that.
That is true. However, it requires the Naga to use their reaction in order to you to do that, and the Naga chooses not to.
Oh.
I am just gonna go for the swing though for the Naga with my sword for the other.
Bring it.
Does a 24 hit?
That does hit, yes.
Ooh, okay. Wait. 20 slashing.
Okay. So as you carve into the Naga, it's beginning to look weak once again now as you see the scales are beginning to flake away. And that same sort of burning edge of paper effect that you saw the last time when it was being heavily wounded is beginning to form around its major wounds. And that will end your turn, which brings us to Tristan. But at the end of your turn, it's going to use a legendary action to bite you. Gun.
Bring it.
Rude.
What a nice friendly snake.
And that is going to be a 26 to hit.
That just about does it, yeah.
Yeah, so you take a whole 7 points of piercing damage. I'd like you to make a constitution saving throw, please.
I
This
reduced
is
that
against-
though.
This is against poison.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Did you give the snake +2 for flanking?
It didn't need it. It got 26.
24 on the Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so you take half this damage, which is poison, so it's halved again. But it is a lot of damage. So. So that's 35 points of damage, halved to 17, and then halved again for you because you're a dwarf, down to 8. As it bites in. And you feel the poison begin to course through your veins, but your strong dwarven constitution shrugs it off. This is nothing more than a hard glass of liquor to you as you shrug it off. Which brings us to Tristan.
Okay, I would like to fairy fire said Sneck and the necromancer. That is the necromancer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They get
Necromancer
fairy fired.
Okay, which is a dex saving throw?
It is indeed.
Okay. That is a 17 on the Naga.
I think you'll find with the Elegy of Fated End, it's actually a lot more like 8 less than that.
Right, so the Naga fails that.
It does indeed.
As you use the dissuasion dice. And the necromancer gets a 21.
Yeah, it was more for the Naga, if I'm honest.
Yeah, okay. So the Naga is very much fairy fire. And you see as the Naga sees you casting a spell, begins to move to the side slightly. But in that moment, it seems lethargic and just slows, and that split-second slow allows the fairy fire dust to just buffet it, covering it in this sparkling purple glow.
For some reason, I like to imagine like Tristan's hand pops up over the hedge and just like finger guns.
Okay.
Bonus, I would like to pop a potion because we do have a couple.
Yeah. And
Actually, no, I'll be nice. Oh no, it's an action to feed to someone else, right?
it is, yes.
Okay, I will take it for myself then. Sorry.
You listen, pull it out, look down at Namari. Look to your hand. Look down.
There's not enough time. It's just standard. So what is it? It's
2d4 plus 2.
2d4.
Yeah.
So that's 7 points back, which is
Okay.
yeah. I'm on a nice double digit.
All right. And that will bring us, once you've done your turn, to the necromancer, who is going to once again cast a spell, and is going to cast a spell very familiar to where you are. As his hand reaches out towards you, doing the puppeteering once again, but you see as the hand extends and grows larger as this spectre of energy appears around it, and as it does, it detaches into this skeletal, spectral Bigby's hand.
Big boy's hand.
And this Bigby's hand is going to materialize around next to you, Tristan.
Does this Bigby's hand wear a ring?
It does not wear a ring, no.
Then I'm marking it down for style points.
Well, as you begin to mark it down, it clenches up into a fist and is going to try and punch you.
Mm-hmm. It can try,
My thing.
and it might.
It just might. Okay. So that is a 25 to hit.
Oh, even with the cutting words, that's probably unlikely. So go for it. Knock me
Alright.
down.
Okay. So that is
If it's more than 10, yes, I'm down.
it's more than 10.
There we go.
That's 23.
Because when I said I was on double digits, I meant only just.
As the hand clenches up, you look over towards it and you think, no ring? What? As it slams into you, it knocks you unconscious.
Well,
And that will end the necromancer's turn as you see it's concentrating now on this hand, and brings us to Ronan.
Yeah, I'm going to try and down the Naga. Oh, that is 29.
That hits. Strangely enough.
Oh, where did that go? Oh no, I'm going to stand on that D8.
It would be a pointy dice, wouldn't it?
That's going to be 20 points of damage in the first hit.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I'm going to hit it again for a natural 20.
Okay.
A
Go for
natural
it.
20 without my Colossus Slayer, though.
Ah, well.
Right. So that's 12 and 13, 17, 22.
Okay. All right. Let's see if it's unending revenge works. How do you want to do this?
Or just where gun was cutting into it, I'm going to steal the kill by hitting like exactly those wounds.
Okay.
Come on!
It's called teamwork.
So-
Yes, kill secured.
as you look over and you see Namari there, blood streaming out the side of her mouth, her skin ghastly white. You see behind as Tristan is just turns around to see his hand punch them down. Tilly is currently piercing a knife into the back of Gun. You just look towards Naga and you think, this has to be the source. And as you bring the crossbow around, you fire the first shot. It sinks into the blade mark left there by Gun, and it catches it at an angle and it tears through, like tearing through a stack of paper. It just shreds out the other side, sticking into the wall behind it. The second one, you catch another of these marks, and once again, it cuts straight through, almost cleaving the front of this, like the front section of this Naga completely off as the second bolt slams in beneath your first bolt on the wall. And as the Naga turns towards you now, you see this utter hatred in its eyes as it begins to disintegrate away, leaving just a skeleton behind. And the last word that echoes out as it collapses to the floor is Ronan. And Tilly, you wake up with a knife 4 inches deep into Gun's back.
Pull that out.
What's this doing here? Oh wait, no, it's Tilly Urkel.
Did I do that?
And you see now as this necromancer begins to shake and shudder, like they're just coming down from a really big sugar crash, and then just once again crumples, collapses.
Then I'm going to rush over as soon as I'm out of combat order.
Amari, naked and death saving throw for me, please.
Would I
13.
also need to make one?
Yes.
5.
Okay. So,
I think I start apologizing profusely to Gun.
And I'm just like, don't worry about it. I smashed your face in.
yeah, the first thing you see is your blade in Gun's back. The second thing you feel is your nose is killing. It's very old memory style.
Oh dear.
I just like, it's fine. Oh god, I'm in pain. I have 16 HP left. I don't like this.
More than I've got. Where did the other two go?
As you said, I'm like rushing over behind the bush.
Okay.
Healer's kit on both of them.
Okay.
It's unfortunate. Tristan, you get 5. And well, Namar, you get 6.
Nice.
Okay, as you both of you wake up, you feel just utterly perplexed by the situation. As Tristan, you look up and you see this skeletal hand just disappearing. No way.
Just
Where
sort
is-
of, as soon as my focus comes back, it's just
Go away.
Where is the snake? Where is the thing?
It's down. We killed it.
I've run and got it down.
I tap him on the shoulder. Tag. You're it.
Yeah. It'll be a good hunt if it ever shows its face again.
Thank you.
I will clutch my nose and wander over to the entrance to this tower.
Okay, so the door is currently closed, and you see there is a heavy lock on the front here, and the where the keyhole would normally go has been melted shut.
Can I not just look through the damaged fireball section?
No, the fireball didn't actually hit this bit due to the angle.
Is there not a different bit where the fireball did hit?
Oh no, it broke the outer wall. It didn't go through.
Okay.
So there's damage, but not so that you could see through.
And this is like melted closed.
Yeah.
This door's locked, but I don't think I can get through this one.
Gun.
Yeah, just give me a sec though. I'm gonna pop my normal healing potion that I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to give Gun a hand as well because I seen the knife getting pulled out, and I'm like, oh no, don't take the knife out. Oh shit.
We all had one of those potions, right?
Yeah.
What stats was that?
2d4 plus 2. You might have used yours already.
I don't think I have.
Keep track of your inventory.
I think someone has double because I didn't take one.
Right, okay.
Yeah, a couple of people haven't used them since the last batch. From at least from my notes.
They're healing potions, not bread rolls.
I rolled a 2 and a 1, so they may as well be bread rolls.
I mean, and let's face it, we do buy them in bulk. Or
Yeah,
pack.
like bread
I-
rolls.
It's like a baker's dozen.
Do you have some in your bag of holding, or do you have?
No, in my notes it's divided out between the party, but
Yeah.
I have like
You did
everyone got one.
I've
Yeah.
taken mine. I do have a superior, but that's like 8d4, and I feel like we should save that until like.
I only have one, and I'm
Yeah, because from
not going too much.
as memory serves, they didn't go in the bag of holding because we decided that they would be better suited on person.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
definitely divvied them up.
And listen, guys, I'll deal out as much as I can. Leave myself with enough. If anything happens, I can do stuff. But just everyone come to me, one at a
Okay.
time, and I'll get everyone as sorted as I can.
I'll
Yeah,
come
for
get
once
some
I'm-
healing.
Yeah, for once I'm not limping, but I am still very injured.
Uh,
15.
So I'm gonna do level 2 on gun. My last level 2 spell slot.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 6 and 8. 14 plus 4, 18 hit points from
Nice.
level 2 cure wounds, and I also rolled for healing kit because the knife wound came out, so I was wanting to get pressure on it, but that was only 5, so that's 5 extra hit points as well.
Hey, I guess it before above half, so thank you very much.
So mark down that I've lost that. And then a cure wounds for Namari at level 1 is going to be 8 points of healing for you.
Thank you.
And Tristan,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get another 7.
Nice.
So I have 1 spell slot left, and I can use it for you, Tilly, if you're in need.
I'm on 15 of 57, so
Yeah, okay, come on over.
Right, while this is happening, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I am going up before the door, limbering up, getting ready to be the juggernaut.
Here's Johnny.
11, Tilly.
Okay.
thank you.
With gun from being around Dalneln, and is it pronounced Endel?
Endel is the divine of the moon. Yeah, Pelor's son.
And it seems that this is Endel's place with all the moon
This
motif.
is this is the you know the moon the moonlit
Yeah.
tower. It's like the most sacred site in your city.
Yeah, which leads me on to, is there like either a greeting or like the Lord's Prayer in terms of Endel that like maybe I can just like shout through the door so they know like, yo, we're not the evil peeps.
The prayer of Pelor, which extends to his son Endel, is just used as a general greeting throughout Calrim itself, because Pelor is as close to a state religion as you can get in Calrim without it actually being a state religion. So people will say "shine through dark."
Which is
Shine through dark.
All right.
Yeah.
I'd like to shout that through the door before Gun does whatever Gun does.
Okay. You get no response.
I still wanted to just shout that through
Yeah.
anyway. Response or not, that's what I'll do.
I'm going to smash through the door because although I am a barbarian, I'm not a savage. I'm not going to destroy this beautiful stonework.
Okay. Make an attack roll against the door. What are you using?
One of the shitty battle axes I have
Okay.
that I looted from a Dustgrave, so you know.
Yeah. So are you using it two hands?
Yes.
Okay. Go for it.
So that's a natural 20.
Okay. So that's a D10 plus everything else.
Where the shit are my D10s? D10 plus a D8 or... Oh, no, it's a construct. It's just double damage to objects.
It
and
is just double
structures.
damage to structures. Construct gets additional to it.
That was a 7, so 14.
Plus your strength and
Plus my
everything.
strength.
Is
Oh,
still
yeah.
an attack roll.
Plus my strength. 17, and I'm not raging, so 17 damage.
Did you double your strength?
No. So 20 with strength doubled.
Okay. So you just bring this battle axe into it. You just carve through this door in a matter of seconds. You've just sliced it apart. This very thick hardwood oak door. And there's the first thing that you see as you begin to hack through it is this gleaming light coming from the inside.
Gotta keep going. Just...
As you bust it down completely. The interior here is... So you see the interior is being hollowed out where you would normally see floors going up from the tower, multiple floors where you could, where the army and the military inside would be. It's been hollowed out into this tall atrium that reaches up to the top where you can see the remains of a shattered window where the roof would usually be. And all of the pieces have scattered down along the floor. And in the center of this floor, there is the large humming crystal, the same as you saw in the previous ritual site. And affixed to the walls, all around the base here, are bubbles of glass. And within them are figures, collapsed, wearing robes, loose-fitting robes of dark blue that are tied in place very specifically. Many of them have bandages around their forearms. You see a couple of them have what look to be bow staffs or butterfly knives. And one of them next to the door, the glass bubble around them has shattered and stonework has blasted into the back of them. And you see large portions of stonework are embedded into the back of their head.
Oh man, damn that snake.
Gee, I wonder who did that.
That snake.
I'm not gonna make the reference. I want to make the reference. I'm not
Do
gonna.
it.
No.
Just do it.
And the age range you're looking at here is anywhere between 16 and mid-30s of the people in here.
Because I was up by the door as well. Do I see this?
Mm-hmm.
Do I recognize the clothing or anything?
This is the monastic brotherhood of Endel. These are the warrior monks.
Oh.
Sort of turn to gun and fill her in on that particular bit of information.
Mm-hmm. Just out of character. Ooh, Tristan.
What are you on about? That was a snake. Had nothing to do with me. Family heirlooms. What are you on about?
Why are you bringing up the vases here? It's not applicable. Family heirlooms.
Same principle. Lie your way through life, and bad things will happen. But pretend for as long as possible.
How do you
Is
sleep at
the
night?
soundly in a bubble, knowing that no one else can enter it.
So are we busting him out?
I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we should.
Maybe we should start with the guy that the Naga blew through the wall and hurt.
I mean, their glass bubble is shattered and they are splayed out on the floor. It's a pool of blood slowly.
Yeah, I was going
We'll
to say.
start with someone else then.
He's puree right now.
Wasn't me.
Yeah. He took
Can I-
36 points of fire damage to the back of the skull when he had 0.
Monk squash.
Oh, so he's just dead. Okay.
Damn that Naga.
Wait, are these bubbles keeping them alive?
They're glass bubbles. They look very similar to the glass bubble you saw around the gem. in the cairn.
What about so are they the same sort of glass casing that was around the like wind creature as well?
Yes, it's that
Okay.
same very the very rough glass.
The desert sand.
Let's
is it?
start smashing then. Let's
yeah,
go.
it's like clear desert glass. Yeah.
Let's pop them all out.
Yeah, I'd like to join Gun and try to help free them.
Okay, so as you smash the first one out, and you see they're sort of, they're on the floor at the bottom of them. Some of them are in fetal positions, others are just collapsed. There's 7 in total, including the dead one.
And I suppose these fancy desert glass daggers I've got like cut through that crystal, but in any magical way.
You can certainly give it a shot. You want to make an attack roll against crystal?
I'll give it one of those shots. I'm not just like smashing them against it.
I know you're like, yeah, it's still an attack.
Yeah.
It's an object.
18.
Okay, so as you clatter against it, it doesn't seem to scratch it anyway. Beyond like, normally how hitting a gem would look, it's not like it seems to do anything extra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just check.
Yeah.
Because I figure they have to like get them out of the ground and cut them somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I'll follow behind for like glass breaks, seize the person, offer a healer's kit, and see if there's anything they need.
When you see Gun breaks the glass and you see the figure sort of slumps slightly as the thing supporting them has been broken away, they seem to be unresponsive. They don't get up. They don't.
Can I medicine check them?
Yeah, make a medicine check.
God, what's my...
And is this all of them that are freed?
You've only freed the one for now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's actually dope.
Tilly, you see that the desert glass that your daggers are made out of are the same bluish color that you saw that the crystals were made out of. The ones that they use to cast the spells. Not this clear desert glass that is surround these bubbles.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So there's the clear like deserty glass that they use to trap things.
Yeah.
The other kind of colored glass that they use to cast spells, and then the crystals.
Yeah, the crystals are local. You see, they're
Right.
refined and mined crystals. They are, as you would all know, these are opalite. It's a form of opal. Okay, what was your medicine check?
20 total, 13 on the die.
Okay. You see that these people are in the latter stages of asphyxiation. There was no air in these bubbles, no way for air to get out, and they are suffocating. And they are alive. This person in particular is alive, barely. You see their chest is rising and falling very shallowly. They are alive, but they are going to need some medical attention beyond a simple healer scheme. Then this is something which, it's not a wound. It's not something that you could magically heal. It's something that needs, a physician and bed rest.
Yeah, the second I see that, I tell the rest of them, hurry up and break all the glass. They're suffocating inside.
Yeah, I just run around and just smash as many as I can, like carefully though. I'm like aiming for the tops so they don't just drop out.
Yeah.
And...
As you smash them all, most of them are in a similar state. However, there is one of them, a woman of about 30 years old. Hair is shaved on the sides, held back in a ponytail. And as you smash them, there's no unfortunate breathing.
Is it possible, I don't know, for me to attempt any form of medicine check, but for a more classical hands-on approach?
You mean you're trying to
like a CPR resuscitate? Yeah, because this is the...
You can certainly give it a shot. Yeah, make a medicine check.
That's an 18 total, 11 plus 7.
Okay, so as you begin pumping pressure, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, it's a good amount of time before you see this small gasp of air, unconscious, a subconscious gasp of air, and the chest begins rising and falling very slowly. But during that time, as what happens sometimes with CPR, you have broken a rib.
Yeah, it's whatever happens.
I'll heal.
in seeing that Ronan's managed to like help this particular one, like Tristan can't help but do the whole like clap, fuck yes, sort of like dancing around, like regardless of the environment. It's like, well done, we didn't lose everyone.
Okay.
Well done on saving someone.
So
Not
what-
the person I fucking obliterated through the wall.
Oh man, that snake was really evil.
So what's in the middle of this room right now? Is there another crystal, or is it just a big beam of light?
The beam of light evaporated
Oh.
almost instantly after it went up.
Okay.
There's the central crystal has been slammed into the ground, just like the first one that you saw.
Okay.
And there's nothing else of like interest.
In the room here,
Yeah.
make an investigation check for me.
I would
please.
also like to do that.
Both of you can do that then.
Nope.
Investigation, you said?
Yeah.
That is a 20, not that.
Okay, as you look around here, you see the pieces of glass on the floor. Some of them are obviously relatively recent from where Tristan blew one of the stained glass windows out.
Oh man, that snake.
But the rest of them are these beautiful ornate, were once this beautiful ornate stained glass window which was on the top, and you see that there is this, they're just scattered all over, some large shards, some smaller shards, and it looks like when the beam went up that this smashed through the ceiling here. But you look for where, and you see there is a sort of hole where there should be glass shards, and you can see there is it's very hard to spot due to the fact that there is dust all around here, sand and dust, like you've seen every other place Dustgrave have gone. But underneath it all, as you begin to brush it to the side, you see drops of blood, a trail leading out.
I like shove a gun and start following this trail.
Okay.
Yeah.
As for what you
I
see,
shove a runner actually. He's a tracker. What am I doing?
okay. As Gunn and Tristan, as you see Tilly and Ronan run outside once more. In the interior here has these tiers where this spiral staircase goes around the interior of this up all the floors, and you see these stained glass windows, and they're in a deep blue and a pale yellow of the sun and the moon, and you see that those two symbols are represented a lot across all of these. You see constellations, you see great champions. This is a very reverential area around here. Next to many of the windows are placed small shrines, some of which have been knocked over in the chaos that has enshrined this place. Would you like to look onto the other floors, or are you just looking on the bottom floor?
Yeah, I'd like to look up.
Yeah, I'd like to do as quick a run through as possible to see if there's any other people.
Okay.
If I don't see any people, work my way down, investigating more thoroughly.
Okay. Namari, what are you doing while all this is happening?
How long was that? How long did all of that take?
Did all of what take?
The looking after the people and everything. Would it be enough for a short rest?
No, definitely not.
Okay. Would it have been enough 10 minutes for a detect magic?
Yes, I'd say so. Yeah, about 10
That's-
minutes. Yeah. Okay.
I'm checking with detect magic the crystal, the area around it, the monks, basically just see if
Okay.
there's glyphs, if there's any signs of the ritual left.
Yeah. So of course, as before, the great crystal is glowing with magic, and the school of magic keeps shifting. Every second you look at it, switches to a different school of magic every time. And the monks, no signs of magic around the area around here. It's just the crystal. But Tristan and Gunn, if you guys are searching the tower, I'd like you both to make investigation checks.
What is my
Uh,
investigation?
18.
15.
Okay. As both of you look around, there is small shrines placed up here, and it's obvious that things have been left here as tributes, right? Small trinkets and such. But one of them in particular catches your eye. It's a blade, a longsword, and it is this long, thin blade, almost like to give it a real world, it would be like a like a Chinese sword. I can't remember the name of it.
Jian.
Like a Jian, yeah, but longer, about a foot longer, and it is affixed to a basket handle. But the basket handle it's slightly longer, so it can go around both hands. It's a hand and a half style sword, and there is this twisting sort of wisps of smoke motif that is etched into the blade with acid etching that goes up, and it catches your eye because it seems to glint unnaturally in the light. Like, the light in here is incredibly beautiful, caught by all of these windows, but this stands out amongst them as being supremely pretty and amongst it all. And it is placed on top of one of these altars here. And you see there is a small scroll placed next to it.
Well, I imagine we both definitely go for each, but if we both come on it at the same time, I'm perfectly happy going for the scroll instead.
I don't think, like, just grab them both. We'll deal with the moral ethics and giving up afterwards.
Okay.
Dealing.
So, Tilly, Ronan, outside, you follow this blood trail around, and it leads up to the tree. And you see this is a very tall, very old oak tree, similar to what would colloquially be known as a hangman's tree. You know, it's this very gnarled tree with huge trunks that come off in several different angles, with long boughs. And from these boughs, instead of where you would usually on a hangman's tree find nooses and bodies, you find small strings of silver and gold, on the end of each of which is a small sort of finger-long scroll tied, so it's horizontally on the end of each of these, and on certain places there are fixed bells, and as you get close, these tiny little bells begin to ding, 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 as the wind blows through them all. And you see at the base of the tree, in similar to robes to the rest of the monks, but trimmed in silver, and with a much older figure, maybe 60s, but still very healthy, you know, still incredibly muscular, but very trained muscle. It's not bodybuilder, this is, you know, martial artist muscle, is a figure against the tree, and you see sticking out of his stomach is a tall shard of glass of this radiant blue, similar to the shards you found in the actual tower itself, and it is sticking out. His head is slumped to the side slightly, but you can see this very ragged, deep, heavy breast where the chest sort of judders back in and out as he breathes. Is evidently alive, but the head is lolled to the side, unconscious.
Can you do anything for him, Rowan?
I can't do anything at all. And we can't move him. If we move that, we could damage him internally in ways that I just can't repair.
And I'm guessing you've used up all your charges in your thing.
I can use my healer kit. I bought a lot of them.
I think that'll help.
But I don't know what a healer kit's going to do to this. I can clean around the wound. I can apply pressure, but I can try.
You can make a medicine check if you want to see what you can do.
I mean, he's going to die if someone doesn't do something, I assume. I think.
That's 25 for medicine.
Okay. So you have enough supplies in your healer's kit, the herbs and such in there, combined with your knowledge of, you know, bandaging wounds and such. You have enough knowledge of this in your time you would be able to remove this shard here. With Tilly's help, you could get it out. You could bandage it up tightly so that it didn't bleed. And you, given your knowledge, could probably get the shard out well, but the system shock is going to need some time for him to wake up from it properly. So it's a case he's going to need some bed rest, but you can save his life here by taking that shard out.
Okay, yeah, I'll consume all the charges that I need to on the healer's kit. And...
Okay, I'd like you to make another medicine check for me then, please, with advantage, because Tilly will be helping.
Okay, let's go. Come on. Oh, shit. Oh, split the difference. Natural 1, natural 20. Natural 1 came first, so without advantage, I was done.
So as you reach in, your hands are shaking at this because this is a very dangerous thing. And as you go to reach at the last moment, your hand slips, but Tilly's hand comes out, catches yours, and steadies it for a moment. As you take the shard out quickly, you bandage it up, pulling pressure tight as you push down on the wound. And as you do, the figure's hand snaps out as his eyes snap open, and he grabs onto your shoulder. And you see he goes, "They come! They've come!" And passes out once again.
Is he okay?
He's in shock.
Right?
Yeah, no, he'll be fine, but he's gonna take days to come around.
I don't know that we have days. Did we learn anything? Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't look around inside. I was busy, so it depends what the others find.
Should we would it be beneficial for us to help this person into a laying down position?
Yeah, well, once we've bandaged him, we can move him as long as we don't jostle him around too much. We can't throw him over the shoulders, but we can move him.
Okay. So while you begin to move him, whereabouts are you going to move?
No. I'm getting Gun to come out and move him.
Okay. So you begin making your way back inside. What are the...
I'll wait with him.
Okay. What are the other three of you doing?
I probably would have followed Tristan and Gunn after seeing the crystal, and still have the detect magic up just in case something.
Mm-hmm. And you see small blips of divine magic, which are very obviously small offerings that have been blessed and such. And as you reach further up into the tops of the tower, you get that sort of fuzziness across your entire vision of this divine magic that just seems to settle around the top of this tower, like a fine mist in your vision. But there's no other magic here.
We didn't find anything of interest beside the sword and the scroll.
No, you found a few where it seems like people were in the middle of some form of small ritual or service, where there's been some small sticks of incense have been dropped. There is a cup of what looks to be white wine has been spilled across the floor, and you can smell the wine as you get close. A few areas where you see there's been some sort of drop what we're doing and run sort of thing, but no areas of such. There is a small room section near the top where there is a small room has been constructed. It looks very much like a very immaculate lean-to in many ways. It's made of wood, and it's on just one of the upper floors. And there is a small plaque on the door, and it just says, he says, having lost his other sheet of paper, it's there. It says, High Watcher Aldin Gravis.
We'd have a look inside.
Okay. So as you push it open, there's a small cot in here, a small bed. There's a prayer mat. It's more like a pillow, and a small writing desk in front of this prayer mat, where there's a mostly burnt out candle on there. There is a heavy leather-bound tome where the corners are and the top are covered in metal that makes up this beautiful pattern on the front, but it's very thick.
What was the name again? High Watcher.
Aldin Gravis.
Thank you.
Is there anything currently on the desk, like a letter being penned or anything like that?
Currently, no.
Okay. Well, I'll pick up the big book. We can read this later.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like it's probably a religious text. But I feel like if we all go downstairs and take a minute for a breather, I might be able to help a little bit of everyone just come to a little bit, trying to figure out whether or not Song of Rest has a number limit.
No,
I don't think it does.
no, but it's just creatures that are resting. So
Yeah.
So it would only affect you guys, unfortunately.
Oh, so if they're unconscious, it doesn't count?
No, it's just the nature of their injuries is not something that can be healed magically.
Right, okay, fair enough.
The crystal is still pulsing. Is it weakening like the one on the previous ritual site?
It is, yes.
I'll let everyone know. I don't know what that
Should
means.
we just
but-
try and smash it?
I'll let you try and smash it. This wee thing that you speak of, I might be further away.
All right, I throw the book at Tristan.
Okay. A good 4 or 5 kilogram book slams into your chest, Tristan.
How?
I take the shitty battle axe and just.
Okay, make an attack roll.
That's gonna be a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Ah, fuck. Hang on.
An odd number.
That's 22.
Okay, so as you bring your battle axe down into it, there's this almighty clang as metal meets crystal. And as you hit, this crack breaks through the crystal.
Just gonna widen that a little bit.
Yeah, just put the axe in and just... You feel the axe begins to bend against the crystal, but
Yeah.
you don't care.
I'm not sad about this one.
No. And as you widen it up now, you see this break is like that in the crystal.
Is there any way that I can determine whether or not this is a foolish endeavor?
No,
Time has passed.
Okay.
I don't have that power.
Tristan's just like, hit by a book.
What
If-
happens to the magic while she does that?
It's still there.
Mm.
But it does not move with the crystal. It stays where the crystal was.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking weird.
Whatever happens, happens. Doesn't matter now. What we do with
Mhm.
the crystal.
I feel bad.
And also, silver lining, we just saved all those guys downstairs, people to sing our praises. They might be able to help us in terms of like, we're not the bad guys, even though we were arrested.
0 to 0, just like that.
Yeah, none of us killed one of them.
Yeah, correct. Let's go with that and continue with that forever and always.
Wait, I was unconscious.
Correct.
So I'm totally with you.
Hey,
I'm not feeling guilty at all.
where's
They
Ronan and
must have
Tilly?
seen Nago or Akia. They probably know.
You muted Susie.
Hey, where's Ronan and Tilly?
I don't know.
Where
they
are
would
Ronan
have
and
that.
Tilly?
Ronan is like slow but surely making his way back, like to find people, like to find gun to move this guy.
Okay.
But definitely like taking time and breathing in air because that was difficult.
Okay. So after a small amount of time, Ronan rounds the corner and you can see him stood in the doorway.
Gun,
Mm.
I need you to help move another one out here. Real serious injury on this one, not suffocation. Impaled by one of the shards.
Mm.
I've taken it out, cleaned it and stuff, but I
Alright.
don't want to leave him out by the tree around back.
All right, lead the way. And as I walk out, I just mutter into my breath, God, that's all I am to you people, a pair of incredible arms.
So you make your way around and you see this figure there. The older man.
Sadly, yeah, see, he's like in his 60s. If I try to carry him, I 100% drop him and
Yeah.
100% break.
He weighs probably a good, probably close to like 75 pounds more than you, Ronan.
He could weigh the same. It won't matter.
Ronan's strength's like 8, right?
Yeah, it's not
It's
great.
6. It's 6.
Plus, he'd drag across the ground if I tried to do it.
Is it 6?
No, it's 7.
Oh, 7. It was 5.
Yeah, it was 5.
Yeah.
All right, I will very carefully move this older man then.
Okay. So you're moving back towards the tower, I assume.
Mhm.
Okay.
Very carefully.
Yeah. All right. So, what are you doing now?
What are we doing now?
Yeah,
Do
what are we?
I don't know.
Are there any bodies outside? There aren't,
Actually-
are they?
There was the necromancer.
Did he crumple or did he
Crumpled, I said. Like,
crumble?
when he
Yeah.
collapsed in on himself. Not like, I don't mean crumpled as in like,
Yeah.
fell to the ground in like standing up.
Can I mean, I didn't know, but now that you said it, I will look outside and still see with the detect magic if there's anything shady about him.
No magic.
Okay.
I mean, there's some leftover magic on the Naga, but you know what that means.
I think he's dead this time.
I don't think this got us closer to anything.
No. But we're at the point where we need these bodies to prove it wasn't us. Even then, it doesn't prove that it wasn't us. We're
To
fucked.
prove what? That we went to an island and killed some people?
Well, these guys clearly aren't from here, and I point to the necromancer.
Oh yeah, that doesn't just make us not murderers, it makes us racist murderers.
But the crystals, the glass, this is obviously not us. This is in a couple of sites.
Well, I'm sure the monks saw someone in there with
I just
crystal.
want to interject and point out when the necromancer was talking, he sounded like a Dalneln native.
Oh, so they are from around here.
Some of them have been, some of them haven't been.
Has that been quite consistent though with what we've come up against? Like,
Yeah, you've heard some accents that are similar in sort of style to when you heard Tilmerians, and some that have been similar to your accents. But they've all spoke a version of the common language of the continent of Kauran.
they're all understandable, but some of the accents are more familiar than others.
Yes.
Well, at the end of the day, we know for sure that there were things going wrong before we got here. Someone somewhere has a record of these cultists around these places, and we know for a fact if we go back to Silgar, we could probably bully the mayor there and make him tell the people in Dalneln that we were there. Like, we can make pretty much say anything we want, really.
I mean, we could, but to what end, really?
Just
didn't
to remove our
little-
names from.
Didn't the little cleric come to the city as well? What was his name? Or
From the
From Silgar.
from
Halfgate.
yeah,
Way
Halfgate.
back when.
Yeah, he said he was going off somewhere.
Have you got it? If you don't have it, I can tell you.
I went too far back and found my stats that I rolled. In fact, no, he's in my other book. Where's my other book?
I
It's
feel
a,
like he went to the capital.
it's Gildebrand.
Yep, that's the one.
Gildebrand. Maybe we can find him. He can be a, I don't know, witness of character or something if it comes up. But I think the monks want, if we need to get help from them, for them, and then they will be able to tell us and whichever authority that we weren't there casting a weird ritual.
None of this matters though, because they are in the position of power. They have
Yeah.
the banner master. We could get all the evidence in the world and it wouldn't matter. They've
Plus-
already decided we're guilty.
We're on the hook for a murder, not for doing rituals.
But at this point, if they can pin anything on us, it's going on the tab. It's going to be a long list by now.
And yeah, that's true. But also, Gun, when it comes to it, the people in power are the ones calling those shots and that are corrupted. The general the general populace, none the wiser. So the more, I don't know, maybe if we rally more people, then they might have to take into consideration they can't just end everything we're doing if that ends up removing half the city itself.
You want to start a revolution?
Well, I'm not saying it in so many words, but yeah.
That just makes us look worse. That makes us look like we're raising a force against the people in charge. That's one more thing they're going to put on our heads.
And I'm not having innocent peasants' lives on our heads. If we start a revolution, people will die.
We don't even know what the ritual is for. Still, we have no
Yeah,
idea
this-
what they're actually doing.
Like, this boiled some of the lake. We rode out here over boiling water. Nothing should be able to boil a lake full of water.
Speaking of which, is the lake still boiling?
No, it was only about half an hour into your journey that it was boiling.
Either way, we have to move because this is a very visible spot.
But I can't leave because one of these men are in shock. The old man's in shock. He's in systemic shock. He needs someone looking after him for the next couple of days. 6 of these people are just recovering from near asphyxiation. They're going to be out for a day or so. They're not going to be fit to look after anyone for the next while. We need someone else here to help, or someone else here to look after this. I can't walk away and leave the people in the shape that they're in right now.
We don't know anywhere else to go.
And I don't want to add another complication to the pile, but there are people in the city that I care about that I don't want my name involving them. I don't want the fact that people are looking for me coming back on them.
Oh, and people in the city know stuff has happened here. That boat went back.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
I don't believe for a second that was really empty.
Yeah, no, was that them coming out here, or
Was that someone leaving?
hidden?
We need to get back to the city the way. Find someone.
And get
Send
arrested again?
someone to help.
Yeah,
no, send
fight
someone
our-
to help the monk. We can't do it. I don't know. I mean, can you?
Tristan can.
I mean, I got us out. I can try to get us back in, but there's more of us now and things have escalated. I make no promises.
At the very least,
Um,
I got caught. I can't go back in. Not like this.
I feel like I should interject here for a second and say that there is a small boat moored at the pier here in the colours of Endel.
We can pose as the monks of
Yep.
the island.
It's not great, like undressing unconscious people, but that is an inn.
I mean, they might have spare robes as well.
Oh, true.
Well, we're going to just take a quick break 1 second and then we'll find out what you guys do.
God damn it.
Welcome back, everyone. I just had natural 20 yelled in my ears. So we're back. Apologies for that short break, but nature calls and such. So
I'm missing on the connection that we were just talking about. Am I in it?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
But like, so we know that
Vernon,
the Bannermaster. Yes.
make an intelligence check for me.
Oh, thank God, because I was failing my intelligence.
Roll a 20 on that.
Oh, I rolled a 19.
Okay.
Do I have any bonuses?
So you begin to think about what's been happening over the previous few days. And what sticks out is when you were captured. Yeah. The Bannermaster seemingly changed tune very quickly to get you captured in a very public place. Then they took you far away on the Bannermaster's orders to where a place that was being held by the cult. And it just snaps into your head very quickly that the person here responsible for all of the guard, the person that you told Tilmerian was missing, knew that you knew about Tilmerian and knew you'd been snipping around, had a direct line to Aldris, and was the one that tried to imprison you.
Well, yeah, I
feel like we already didn't like the Bannermaster, and that's not such a huge leap.
I connected him as a cultist in my head already.
Mm.
Like, I've already assigned him as a member of the cult.
Mm-hmm.
I had him under bureaucrat.
Which is almost
what?
as evil.
We go above the Bannermaster? Try and
Um,
get...
We can't go above the Bannermaster because the Bannermaster has a direct link. We do go above the Bannermaster because, if I'm recalling correctly, maybe I had a dream, maybe I didn't. Okay. Do we or do we not have one favor to speak to
The king.
the king
King.
Of Calvin, isn't it?
in the capital city?
Yes.
And
That's
I have been thinking if we need to get back in disguised as some sort of soldier and flash that and say official business and hope to bluff our way in. But I mean, we could always try to legitimately use that.
We could straight up just fucking assassinate the Bannermaster, but that feels like a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm not against it though. That's the thing. See, I don't know if it was pretty clear, but I fucking hate bandits. And these are cultist bandits. It's like the worst.
Okay, but
I'm really not against assassinating them.
if we're going to do this, we need to actually fucking plan this and do this properly. This is some Rainbow Six shit. We cannot just stumble in through the front door and try and stab people.
But that's how I usually play Rainbow Six.
The thing is, that's not someone who's gonna just go down from like a ranged attack by me and then you stick him in the back. He's not gonna go down to that.
A person's a person, Ronan.
That's not going to be as easy either, because that's going to create like a power vacuum where the Bannermaster is gone, and B, if he's a part of the cult and we take him out, the cult are going to react to that.
also, I don't think anyone in the city knows that he's evil. So,
And as much as I do love putting my sword in people's faces, bellies, chests, necks, we need to be smarter about this.
Yeah, and we don't know where the cult is. We don't know what they're doing.
And we don't know what he's up
If
to
something
right
brings
now.
them out, that's good.
We do have one of their fronts. We do know one of their fronts.
Maybe
They
we
slip-
sneak in and try and talk to Aldris?
You know two of them at this point.
I assume they've been to and used up both of those spots.
Well, you know the trading company,
Yeah.
but the Bannermaster must have a place he lives.
do we know?
Oh,
people
I
from
was-
Dalneln,
Go ahead.
how long the Bannermaster's been in charge of the city?
Um,
If he's a very, part of.
yes, it's been around a year and a half.
Oh.
Okay.
There is
Uh,
another option to consider.
You two would know that, considering you're.
From an old-fashioned sort of family in the city, trustworthy, blah blah blah, or kind of new, up and coming upstart.
Transferred from out of town.
Okay.
There is another option. I look at Namari.
I've been thinking about it for a couple of days.
You say another option, I say option at the same time. Who's to say we can't do both?
Aldris, what exactly was Aldris's position regarding the control of the city?
She's the ruler, de facto.
Okay, but also
That's
she's
what they should.
supposedly wounded now, and I would imagine that if she's not fit to rule, it would pass through the Bannermaster.
Well, we don't know if the attack was legitimate or not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It might have been faked, and the
Yeah.
Bannermaster might have been like, "Oh, Aldris is hurt."
Both the Dalneln natives make just a general intelligence check for me.
Oh, that might go really well or really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, it went fairly well.
What was that noise that you just made?
Woo!
17.
Okay.
Intelligence check, did you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually,
20.
make it a history check.
Oh, history. Oh, that's even better. 23.
Okay. So, excuse me, even though you've been in a situation where you're not, you were a bit of an urchin when you were younger, you weren't much involved in the day-to-day running that the average person is, you know that before you were born, during the Golrun conflict, the March Lord was actually killed during that conflict. And in that time, the control of the city until a new March Lord could be elected was passed to the head of the guard, the Bannermaster.
So I'm betting he's used this faked attack on, you know her name,
Aldris.
and used that to take control. Thank you, Stuart, for interrupting my stellar acting.
Sorry.
And has probably taken control of the city while we were out saving you.
Yeah, the Bannermaster is essentially trying to usurp power.
Yeah. And what better way to fake an attack or have his men perform an attack on the down low, declare martial law and take it by force? But have the people think he's doing it for their protection.
Mm-hmm.
Which then gets the people looking out for us, which makes him finding us a lot easier. Because we're framed as, terrorists attacking their ruler.
Basically, what we need to do is we need to talk to Aldris Evermoon somehow.
If possible, yeah.
If she's even still around, if she's not just already
Contingency. They haven't made the entire move yet. I don't think. I
Yeah,
don't
they've still
think
got
she's
her.
dead.
We need to know what's happening in the city, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can get in, I don't know. Between me and Namari, I feel like we could find out something about what's happening without revealing ourselves entirely. Anyway.
I feel like I can get into the city just by sheer stealth. I'll find a way in and stay hidden, but if I get in, I don't know how useful I'll be running around the place.
If we get in, we might be alright staying at the Dwarven Consulate. We did rescue one of the ambassadors.
Yeah, but
Oh yeah, he's
also, I don't know how far that comfort will extend to the rest of us. No,
It wasn't
If-
just me that rescued, it's all of us.
I know, but if the entire city is looking for him, is it one of those things where the Dwarven Consulate will stick their neck out for all of us on a whim?
Like, maybe you can claim sanctuary there? I don't know that we can.
Mm. We might be better off taking a more underground route.
And there's still the monks They need medical attention. Well, who are...
Yeah,
We need-
regardless of.
I have an idea of getting us into the city, okay? If we can find spare robes, I'm sure a lot of people saw what just happened here. If we can get the rest of the monks onto a boat and try to get them to the city seeking medical aid, they might help rush us through. This is a place of worship. This is the place of worship.
I mean, it's worth a shot. We
People don't
exactly
tend to
know.
look too close at holy men either.
We're trying to help. It might be our best way in.
If it doesn't work, we just split and hide in the city somewhere.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Either way, we're in the city.
And either way, we're trying to get them help. It might be our best shot to get back into those walls.
I reckon for now that is our best shot for getting in.
So, what are you doing then?
Do we go immediately?
Yeah.
I would like a rest.
Yeah.
No offense to you guys who are very clearly more geared to getting up and going straight away, but I kind of need a breather.
All right.
Hey, I'm on less than half health. I need to breathe as much as anyone does.
The more time that these monks that have been subject to the shells have to rest, the more likely they are to be on their feet.
Given how long it would take you to get to Dalneln from here on the small boat, you could probably rest on the boat.
Oh, well,
That's
disregard
not
what I just said. We can rest on the way.
Just to make the decision a little easier for you.
Do we find any robes?
Do you go look?
Yeah.
I would definitely
Okay.
want to look.
So you take some time, and there are spare robes, there's only 4 of them though.
I can go without. I can attempt to disguise.
No, you should take them because I don't think there's any halfling members of this monk order. So
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
they all
know them.
humanoid, like humans,
Wow.
elves. No, but you know what I mean.
No, one of them was in fact a halfling.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm sneaky anyway, so
Yeah, but I can also disguise myself as though I looked like them, which essentially gives us a 4th disguise. 5th. Sorry, I thought you said there were only 3.
No, it's 4.
Oh, right. 5th, then.
true.
All right.
I mean, it depends on what size these robes are.
Well, there was one halfling. Are there any dwarven-sized robes?
No, but guns are tall dwarf.
Could we alter them on the way?
Just roll my sleeves up.
They'd be close enough that you could.
I'll just like, tie a belt.
At a glance, you could. They're quite light fitting anyway.
Mhm.
And then there's like sashes and such to tighten them up in various places. It's more like the closest approximation would be kind of like a toga or a bedsheet with a hole cut in it. That's
Okay. So how many pairs was there?
4.
Oh, so we're fine. Yeah. I'll take one, and then Tristan takes one.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what are you looking like, Tristan?
What are the variations in the robes? Just so that I know what I'm playing with.
Every robe is exactly the same, aside from the one on the wounded man that had the shard of glass in his stomach.
Well, in which case, I'm definitely not going to pretend I have the same rank as him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going with the average.
Yeah, there's no variation in them. It's very like clean. They're all exactly the same. They're dressed. It's not like military wise, but they're all very similar to each other.
My disguised self is essentially the clothing is the robes, but facially it's quite short cropped hair. Just the features are slightly different, so it's not obviously me.
Yeah.
But comfortable enough that it's not too far off of how I'd carry myself.
Okay. So
Less ostentatious,
Do
basically.
these robes have hoods?
They do, yes.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
They come with a cloak that's like it's a light cloak. It just sits over the shoulders with a hood on it.
My robes are slightly bloodstained, but like as though I was trying to help.
Okay, like on the front.
Yeah.
Okay, and on like the ends of the sleeves and that. Yeah. Okay. Right. So in that case, then, I would like. Actually, no, never mind. Never mind. So, as you all make your way onto the boat, you take all the monks on there with you as well, and you begin making your way across. And by this point in time, the sun is beginning to set. You'll take a short rest on the boat. You can roll that while you're walking.
Hell yeah.
The sun is beginning to set. The temperature has risen once again. Everyone gets 5 extra. The temperature has risen once again. It is now very warm. Even as the sun begins to fade, it still continues to be hot around here.
Hey, I'm back to max.
Same.
I'm nearly at max, but it's not worth me spending another.
Did you add the +5 as well?
Yes.
So, as the boat coasts close to it, who's driving? Who's sailing the boat?
I live in
Don't be
mountains,
ridiculous.
don't look at me.
None of us can sail a boat.
What type? Is it a sailboat?
It is a sailboat. It has a
Oh, okay.
single. It has a single triangle sail.
I'm sure I can figure it out.
Okay.
I'd like to help, but I'm not confident in my abilities.
Okay. Just make a straight dex check for me, Ronan, with advantage because Tristan is helping you.
If we can figure out how to play Sea of Thieves, I'm sure this is fine.
The first one was a natural 1. The second is 16.
Okay.
So that's a 20 total.
All right. So, as you get close to the docks, you see there's only a few open spaces. There's one next to a small fishing boat, and the other one is next to a large 2-masted sailboat with a front triangle sail and a large figurehead that glints in the fading sun.
Is there anywhere on our ship to sort of announce a presence? Is there like a bell, maybe?
There is a bell, yeah.
Okay, I would like to sort of very panically try to ring the bell to get as much attention as possible.
I want to send the magpie ahead to see who's coming, so I can see if it's authorities that we want to.
Okay.
I would like to sneak onto that other boat.
Okay.
Can I inspect the other boat to see what that figurehead is, to see if I have any idea what it is?
Yeah, as you get close, you can see the figurehead is actually of it is the one of the symbols that you are familiar with in regards to the governance of Calrim. It is a platinum dragon. It is Bahamut on the front of this figurehead. Rings
Shit,
out,
it's the cops.
and you see that on the side of the boat there is a name, and next to that name it does have Dustgrave.
So the Dustgrave went out. They came back, but they came back on a boat that had no one on it.
Either that or the boat was made to look as though it went out and came back.
Is there a crew atop this one?
Atop the other boat?
Yep.
No.
Gotcha.
It is moored. The sails are up.
Uh-huh.
Tilly, make a stealth check for me. As you
Yeah, I'm sneaking up.
sneak ahead.
Wow, this is maybe not my best attempt at being sneaky. 10.
The guards rolled a natural 1.
Hey.
So, as you begin ringing the bell, you see 2 silver armored figures begin rushing towards the boat. As they come close, Tilly, you climb onto the rigging on the side of it. There's a small net that hangs over the side here that you can climb down onto to do repairs on the side of the boat while it's moving.
As I see Tilly climb over, I send a bit of guidance along with her
Okay.
for whatever you'll need it.
And the magpie flies over and sees that this is indeed the boat that you saw crossing the water, but there is no one on top.
Yeah, that was the guards coming on the dock that didn't see me, right?
Yeah, and as the boat coasts into the dock, you wait until it goes to the edge of the pier, and you grab hold of the pier and shimmy along the side before you grab a similar piece of netting on the other ship, clamber up and over the top, and you are on the deck of this ship now, crouched down, and there is the side of the ship is protecting you from being seen currently.
Okay, yeah, I want to find somewhere where I can wait and listen for any creaking of people walking around on board.
Okay. Well, the top of this boat, it has there is no cabin. There's no captain's cabin here, but there is a small step up to where the ship's wheel is, and I can't remember what that area of the ship is called, but it's the deck at the aft of the ship. There are 2 large ballistae, which are mounted, one on each side of this boat, which have currently been unloaded, but there is affixed to the sides of the boat. On the inside, there is like ammo holders, and there's a multitude of these long barbed ballista bolts, which are kept in the sides here, and they're tied up with leather straps right now. And there is in the center of the boat, so there's the wheel here, and the mast is here, and between those 2, there is a trapdoor, a large trapdoor, which is currently closed, which appears to lead into the ship. And that looks to be the only way to get down into the ship as it stands.
That's awkward. I guess I'll listen out at that trapdoor.
Okay, make a perception check for me, please.
Wow, I'm just rolling like real badly today. That is an 11.
Can I
Okay,
add the D4?
you can add D4 from guidance.
I don't think that's going to make a difference. 15.
Okay, just enough. So as you listen, there is very little sound from underneath this ship. It sounds like it's just the buoyancy of the water. There's no sound of creaking or anything, not even the sound of scurrying rats.
Okay, well, I'm going to carefully slip on down through this trapdoor, just like still being quiet just in case.
Okay.
Because there might be like someone sleeping, I guess, in a cabin.
Yeah.
I don't know, like what.
So as you make your way inside there, the rest of you help moor up the ship at the dock, and the 2 guards come up and go, "We saw the bell ringing. What's the problem?"
Oh, I was like, guide you. Oh, there was an explosion at the temple. There's many injured. We brought them with us. We couldn't leave them behind.
Oh, right. Yes, right.
Please, we need to
make a
take
deception check
passage
for me.
through the city.
Make a deception check.
Nice. Deception with a natural 18 with a plus 11, and that will be
You're disgusting.
29, I think. Yeah, 29.
7 doesn't beat that. He goes, "Oh, right. Yes, right. Hospital. There's a hospital just inside the docks. It's used for seaborne illnesses, but we can." He's panicking, so he's getting the details wrong. He's like, right, but we can get them inside there now.
Please, you need to bring as many people as possible to try and help carry them along.
Right, yes.
There's blood everywhere.
We've just got on watch. We were told a ship went out to find them. That mustn't have happened. We apologize. I apologize. So
No, a ship went out, but no, there was no one on board. It was
what?
everywhere.
Right.
Oh,
So you're obviously delirious. You've had it sounds like you've had a very bad problem here. Right. We will help you out right now. Men,
I'm covered in blood, man.
Get those people off the ship. Get them off the ship now. And you see as the other guys go right, and drop their weapons and begin going onto the ship now. And just 2 of them are going per body and lifting them very carefully off the boat and taking them in towards the docks. And there's 4 guards currently at this point. 2 more have run up at this point. So they're beginning to take the bodies off. The people, they're not bodies at this point. The people off one by one.
I'd like to grab whoever's most senior.
Okay, it seems to be the guard that came up to you at the beginning.
Look after them, please.
No, so you need medical attention as well. You need to come with us.
No, I'm fine. This isn't my blood.
So
I just need to make sure that they get there safe.
So
please.
I must insist that you come with us.
I can help.
So just at least to make sure that
there.
they're okay, you need to come with us.
Please, the rest, and I gesture to the rest of them. They need my guidance.
Start crying.
All of you with us now. You need to be checked out by the doctors. We don't know what's wrong with you.
This is very funny.
I'll just climb up and out of the boat and onto the dock and stand beside them. Just quiet. But make it clear that I'm doing it on my own accord.
Okay.
Sir, please, you need to make sure that they are the priority. We can make our way there. You need to make sure that they get there on time. You need to make sure that they get there with minimal loss of life. We've already lost. We've lost 1 already.
Make a persuasion check.
Be a little bit over defensive here, I think.
Yeah, but still.
Doth protest too much.
A what check? Sorry.
Persuasion.
Oh, that doesn't have expertise, but it's still a +8. So that's 20, not natural.
Okay. Right. So we will take them there, and we'll make sure they all get there. But then, I'm keeping a guard here with you, and we are coming back to make sure that you are all right as well. Okay. I must ask this for your own safety and for my peace of mind. Looking at the state of some of these people we're bringing on here, I just want to make sure you're okay. If any of them wake up, I want to know where we can contact. We don't need to give us a name. I understand the Order of Endel likes to keep themselves an aura of mystique about them.
Mystique, I'm sorry. At this point, we need medical attention.
Yes.
So please,
we're taking them to a hospital now. And you see at this point, one of the two guards have actually gone round the corner, and you can't see where one of the bodies has gone at this point.
Who shall we contact? Who shall we let them know about this?
Please,
Look,
sister, it's fine. We'll follow them as soon as we can. We'll make sure that we gather as much as we can,
Who would you
and
be
we'll
telling
meet them
about?
there.
I know, but who would you be telling? I don't know about the.
We will make sure. I will make sure that the dockmaster and knows you're here, and the priest at the shrine here also knows you're here. Okay.
Bless you. May Endel's light
Just
ever shine upon you. Please.
Don't tell anyone else just now, because the aura of mystique, you understand, if they know what happened down there.
Make a persuasion check.
That's
And
Yes.
yeah.
Well, he goes and tells the bannermaster all the fucking monks are dead. I can tell you that right away. Persuasion 25.
Right. I'll do what I can. This is not a military or a civil problem. This is a personal problem, so we can get it sorted out. We won't question you or anyone until we make sure that everyone is okay. I understand how important your order is to you. I understand?
Right.
Right.
Yes, thank you.
I will file a report, but it won't be a week until it is actually back at the guardhouse.
We'll try and be of any assistance we can be.
Of course. Right now, all I need is where you'll be staying in town until we can figure things out.
Wherever the medical attention is, we'll be staying by their bedside, morning, noon, and night.
Right. Okay. I understand.
If you need us, we will be there.
Please follow me. And you see now all of the rest of the monks have been carried off.
Can I insight check that guard, please?
Of course.
Yeah. Along the way.
Is it just him, or is there another guard with him right now?
There's 5 guards. There's him and 4 guards that have been helping carry the bodies off.
18 on the dice, plus 7.
Okay. He seems sincere. He seems a bit panicked by this whole thing. He's fresh onto his post, and he's been confronted with this. He seems unaware entirely of how the Order of Endel works, and it just seems to be following the lead of the very panicked-looking monk.
Fine. Yeah, that's fine.
And as the last one goes off, it's the one with the older gentleman. You see that the guard goes, "Is that the High Watcher Alden? Lord, what happened to him?"
We dare not speak it until we know we're safe.
I understand, right? Please come with me, and he sort of ushers all of you to follow him.
I mean, yeah, we don't really have a choice right now.
For now.
Always sneak after.
See you later, guys.
Okay.
I'll knock the doctor out. I don't care.
Also, just to note, in terms of my disguise self, I would have only put the disguise on as like when we were right about to land with the boat, like to give me as much opportunity with this as possible.
Yeah.
I'll leave the bagpipe with Tilly.
Okay.
So
So
I showed away.
Tilly, as you go to get into the trapdoor, this magpie comes down and lands on your shoulder. You were saying, Renan, sorry?
Oh yeah, no, just as we're walking in, I'll put a hand on the guard's shoulder to reassure him and try and calm him down and act as a mediator for him.
It is soft, not so what you say. I don't know what happened today, but I hear that the ship went out earlier and the bannermaster was on board looking to make sure. But that's all I know. I'm very new. It was only a week ago that I actually passed my test and earned my place in the guard. I'm not even a fully fledged Dustgrave yet. I'm just a guard right now.
You're handling this well. You should be proud.
Right, thank you. It's also so confusing what's been happening these past few weeks. they tried to arrest some people, but all I've heard about those people is that they were the champions of Silgar, and that they found the old dwarven tomb in Silgar, and they saved Halfgate from destruction. So I don't understand why they could be doing it, but everyone's very confused right now. The populace is just trying to find solace in the upcoming festival. It's 4 days from now, and that's just taking over people's minds because it's the only thing that they can think of that's going to be the same as it always is.
Yes, and in terms of those people that were arrested, we actually met them once, and they tried to help us as much as possible. But I don't know what what happened while they were in the city. But from what I gathered, they were actually not that bad.
Punch.
I understand. It's all right. Please, we must go. We need to get you checked out. I don't know what sort of shock or damage you could have to yourselves, mentally speaking.
Trying to put that on a bit thicker, Jamie. It's only about 2 inch right now.
No. Like, I was going for treacle. Okay.
So, as you are led to the hospital, Tilly, you descend down into the depths of this ship, and it is dark down here. Sort of bang. Weird. It is dark down here as the interior isn't lit by anything right now. You can just make out the shapes of the corners and such down here.
I think I'm just going to try and carefully go room by room.
Okay.
Not using the drift globe until I'm like in a room and have confirmed there's nobody else in there, and can like close the door.
All right. So you make your way around, looking from room to room, and you see quarters. You see a galley, and then you come to a room. And at the end here, it opens up into a room that has a large like board on it, where you can see scraps of vellum on the edges with large nails, where it looks like maps have been placed here and then ripped off. There is a chair that sits over the other side of the room, and sat on the desk is a helmet. It is Sally helm. Has the gold trim around the outside of it. It looks familiar to you.
It's the one that the Bannermaster wears, right?
Yeah, this looks to be the Bannermaster's helmet.
Okay, I'm not touching it until I confirm that he is not fucking on this boat.
Okay, you've gone through all of the rooms now. This is the last room. There's only one below deck.
Okay, I will flick the drift globe on at this point to get like a better look at the room.
Yeah. So make an investigation check for me.
Sure. That is a 13 on the dice plus a number that I will find. Oh, plus 2. 15.
Okay. So you look around here, and there's scuff marks on the floor, recent scuff marks. It looks like people left here in a hurry, armored boots. You look around and you see that there are scuff marks on the wall as well. And as you trace up, you see this faintest bit of light coming from above you. Seems like there's a crack in the ceiling.
Which would just go straight up to the deck above, right?
Yeah.
I don't get the significance of that. Wouldn't the boards above just have plenty of cracks to let in a little bit of light?
No, this is a very straight line crack. This isn't plank crack.
And it's getting dark now, right? So there wouldn't be sunlight.
There is some medium sunlight. It's definitely sunlight coming from.
Did I see this hole when I was above decks?
It was the other end of the ship of where you were, unfortunately.
And it's just like a straight line of a hole in like the middle of a board.
It looks to be so. And there's scuff marks on the wall next to it.
I'm very confused. Like from a sword or something?
No, it looks like armor is rubbed against it, but like it's.
No, I mean the hole.
Oh, the hole. It doesn't look like it's some sword. No, it's like a fin crack. The tiniest bit of light is coming through it.
Anyone got any thoughts here?
Currently, obviously, because you're short, it's too high for you to reach it.
Yeah.
The magpie could fly up. I don't know how far it can.
You're within 100 feet currently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
could
then
you take a
I'll-
look from the other
okay.
side of that hole?
Okay.
Just to confirm that it is like a hole and not a fucking like
Yeah.
hole in space and time or something.
Like when I'm saying there's a gap there, it's like a very thin gap. It's not like a hole. It's like a
Yeah.
tiny.
Is it essentially like a trapdoor? Is it just a crack in what's above? Is above the top of the ship, or is does it
Currently,
look like there's another room there? I think that's what
it's sunlight coming in. It's daylight. It's like the evening sun. But
Mhm.
currently, you're too far away from it to be being on the floor to be able to look at it properly.
Okay, Magpie flutters up,
Okay.
trying to get a look at the crack. If
Yeah.
it's-
This crack looks like it's been cut in.
Is it just one? Is there anything else? As in, sort of, it's been opened
Make a
up?
perception check, investigation check. Actually, sorry.
Straight 9.
Okay, it's if you're looking through the magpie's eyes, it's your investigation.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like it's hard to see. You're trying to focus on walking forward at the same time you've got hold of the person next to you's arm. It's hard to see, but there could be something there. There could be, but it's just hard for you in your current state to be able to see that.
If I climbed on the chair or the table, would I be able to get a better look?
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay. As you climb up on top, what are you doing? Are you just looking at it, or are you just?
Yeah, just trying to see it better.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me.
Because I assume, like,
Hold on.
being so short, I'm still too far away to like touch it or anything.
No, it's a short ceiling,
Oh, okay.
and it's a high chair, a high table.
The Magpie delivers guidance again through touch because the familiar can do that.
Yes, it can.
Well timed. That would be 16.
Okay, so you get on the on top of the table. You sort of pull it over a bit. You get on top, and as you look down, you feel a slight breeze coming through. And as you look at it, you can see that there's a similar crack, which is much more flush, which runs along perpendicular to it, and that one goes perpendicular to it as well. And there is a square here in the ceiling of these cracks.
Can I like push it up?
As you push it up, it opens up
To what? Just above the deck?
to the deck above.
I don't quite understand the importance. Is it just a second trapdoor?
Looks to be so, with quick access to the underside of the ship.
Quicker than the other trapdoor?
Yeah.
I'm very confused.
It looks like if someone were to want to get off of the deck very quickly to hide themselves, they could pop through these trapdoors.
Okay. That's still strange to me because the other trapdoors, I don't really get what would make this one particularly quick unless you wanted to get into that room in particular.
Because crew of a ship are stationed all across the ship and not just at one part of it.
I guess.
So if you wanted to get an entire crew quickly off your deck, you'd need multiple doors.
It being hidden is weird. I'm gonna reach down and touch the Dustgrave's helmet just in case it is magical. Just quickly.
The Bannermaster.
Bannermaster?
Yeah, it's not magical.
Okay, I'm gonna take that.
Okay.
And I found nothing else of importance on the ship, right?
Unfortunately not. No.
Cool. I would like to sink it in some way, just for shits and giggles.
Okay.
I'm not sure how would I go about that.
I don't know. What do you have?
What do I have?
That's your job to figure out, not mine.
I have these big +1 daggers, which I'm assuming can cut through wood pretty fucking well. That's about it. That's about what I have. Could I put some holes through the bottom of the ship?
You could try, but it would be very hard.
Could I do it from the outside? That'd probably be better, right? Or probably
It's the
smarter.
same thickness of wood from the inside and the outside.
Yeah, but where I'm stood right now isn't literally the bottom of the ship, is it?
Yes.
It is a.
Well, it's not. It's
So
like,
it's curved?
no. It's sorry. Yeah, there is a
That's
floor.
what I'm
The
saying.
walls are curved, but the floor is not. But while you spend some time to figure that out, the rest of you are led into a small building. It's a flat, single-story building. And on the outside, there is a small sign, which is painted in white paint. And it just says McGillen's Apothecaries. And as you're led inside, you see here there are multiple small rooms, and as you go past, there's a small window in each, and each of them there is a bed inside, and a few of them have sleeping patients. Some are bandaged, others have bowls next to them that are there for vomiting or whatever it may be. As you go past one, there is a small sign that says operating room, and you are led through there, and you see that there is a man in a pair of leather sort of dungarees with a leather apron over the top and a white coat, like a doctor's coat over the top, and is currently checking over these monks, and turns around and goes, "Oh heavens, even more of them. Right, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Sorry I couldn't be under better circumstances. My name is Dr. McGinnell. I am the practitioner here. Right, any of you having any signs of shock, asphyxia? Have you been in contact with any?
We're fine. Please just take care of the others. We're the ones who.
I'll just give you all a quick checkup. Right, thank you, guards. You can leave us now. As soon as everyone has woken up, I will notify you immediately. Please, thank you. And you see the guards go, right, yes, sorry, right, we'll get out of your way now, Doctor. Yes, and they quickly leave, and after they go, the doctor goes, "Oh, I hate the military." Right, okay, right. Let me just check over you all quickly, and he goes between you all. You see his hand phases through you slightly, Tristan, but he looks down there and he goes, "Okay," checks everyone. It's right. Okay, you all seem to be fine. He looks to you slightly, Tristan. You were there at the tower.
We were the ones that brought them back.
Right. Because a boat went out there, I saw it, with the banner master aboard, and a cohort of soldiers. When they came back, there were more soldiers on board than left. And none of you were there.
Well, that's
none of these monks were there. I saw that happen, and I knew straight away that something must be up.
Could I insight check?
Of course.
That's a natural 20.
He is telling the truth, and this guy really finds... He's like, there's a slight venom to the edge of his voice, which makes you think this guy's had a run-in with the guard at some point, and it's soured his opinion.
I'd like to sort of pull him closer and sort of to the side.
Mm-hmm.
We also saw the boat, but funnily enough, there was no one on board when we saw it.
They must have seen you coming.
Mm-hmm. I hope I can count on you to care for the wounded.
Of course. And I think this will take a very long time to heal, and the guard won't hear about it for quite a few days.
Mm-hmm.
Understand?
Well, all that protocol and so on and so forth that the military is so fond of.
Of course. And how is fear these days, Tristan?
Total shock at that point. Excuse me? What?
When you were too young to remember, fear brought you to me, after you had fallen and almost broken your leg running away from that boy Finchley.
Almost broke the leg. I'll have
Yes,
you know.
Almost. Since then, I've been her doctor ever since. I usually only deal with sailors, but she's such a lovely person.
Okay. So I it's very rare someone sees through this. I
put my hand through your monk robes, Tristan.
I mean, I was gonna pull my hand back at that point, but you were too quick. Yeah. I hope we can count on a certain level of silence for a while.
You can count on turtle silence until you give me the all clear. There is something going on here with the Bannermaster, and until that time, I trust those guard even less than I do normally. However, that one who just came in there, Tommy, he's a fine fellow, wants to make a difference.
Yeah, well, from what I gather, he's not quite a part of the military yet. He's only a guard. Bless him.
Look, the military aren't the problem. There's a small subset over the past couple of years with that blasted Bannermaster who have gotten more and more authoritarian. Not in a way of we want to control people. It's more in a way of we don't like people in general. You know, the sort of person, you know, not a loner, but a sort of sociopath.
Can confirm.
You know, the sort that is one step away from becoming a serial killer.
I think the step has passed.
Yeah.
But then again, the less you know, the better. Plausible deniability. You never saw me. I mean, you technically haven't seen me yet.
I have not seen any of you. I saw some monks who were in unfortunate need of some medical care, and unfortunately, a few of them passed away and are currently under medical mortuary examination, and as such are protected bodies. There
Well,
were 5 of them in total.
well, Doc,
But
please take the best care of those particular individuals.
as soon as one of them wakes up, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Whereabouts can I let you know?
Let Thea know.
Let Fia know, and she will know where to find you.
I'll find Thea.
Right. I think that Alden will be the first to wake up, and I have a feeling he'll know a thing or two about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
That they come. Oh, wait, you didn't tell us that.
No, but Alden is the one that had the
shard.
Yeah. Well, he'd be the one I'd be looking over anyway. And like a certain point that I've asked them, like, did I do everything correct? Is
Yes, it's fine. It's stellar work, especially for field surgery such as that. Come by if you're still alive after this is all over and the city still stands. Come by. I'll give you some pointers. I think you could make a great field surgeon.
whenever we took out the shard, because it was a shard that impaled him,
Yes.
He spoke, but I think it was I think it was shock.
That's good though. That's good though. That means that he'll remember what happened when he wakes up.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I was worried that he might not remember, but I wanted to fill you in with everything that happened.
Yes, I understand. I thank you for that very greatly. I thank you for that. Right. For now, though, I do need to tend to them, and I think you guys need to make yourselves scarce before any other guards come around. You understand?
Oh, I understand.
Yes. But everything will be fine here. The guard don't usually come around here. Sailors don't make very interesting clients, even for the military.
Thank you for your help, Doc.
Not a problem.
Well, we'd best be off and hire your hair so you can help those in need.
Indeed, I will let you know as soon as one of them wakes up.
As soon as.
As soon as.
Thank you.
How is the doc dressed?
He's dressed. He has a white coat over leather dungarees and a leather apron with a like a sort of bluish shirt, collared shirt underneath.
I was just thinking we can't walk out of here in this garb.
I have some spare orderly robes.
Yeah, Doc, have you just got a quick a back room somewhere we could change quickly?
I have a back exit.
Well, that'd be great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it leads out, and if you quickly nip across the road, it's a busy road, so you could get across easily. It goes into Valen's corner. And you know how the guard are. They very rarely venture in there. That's the Grin's territory.
Well, I mean, they tried to arrest us. Never you mind. You don't need to know.
No, I knew they tried to arrest you, Tristan.
Yeah, but the less you know, the better. And I'm trying to save you from that. I'm trying to be nice.
I'm a doctor. I torture people every day. They won't get anything out of me.
I like you.
Get going.
Fair enough. I start heading that way.
Okay. So as you make your way, another of the orderly rushes off, hands you some orderly clothes. And in amongst them, there's just a random variety of clothes. And she's like, these belong to dead bodies, so they won't miss them. But it might help you with your disguises.
Thank you.
Right. Could we take the monk robes so that we can make it look like they died?
Yeah.
I cancel the spell, so there are no robes.
Ah, right. Okay. In that case, right.
Oh, changing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Given
So you all get changed, and you begin to make your way out into the street while Tilly figures out how to sink a boat. And that's where we're in today's session. So, thank you very much for joining us, everybody. How did that go? How did it go?
Better than
Pretty
expected.
good.
I mean, a couple of us dropped, but better than expected.
Yeah, that was dicey at times there.
It was fine.
Was it?
Some
Fine.
Was
some
it?
high
though?
rolls on AoE spells there.
Yeah.
So, and if the amount of XP which I believe will get awarded gets awarded, you might be looking at a level 7 party by the time.
Sincerely hope we are.
So look out for that with some crazy new 4th level spells from the casters, and Tilly being able to dodge a fireball for once
Nice.
with evasion.
Hey, I dodged the fireballs. It was the nasty death thing that I didn't.
The Circle of Death, which is actually a really weak spell, but it looks cool.
Well, I have found an article on Boating Mag titled 30 Ways to Sink a Boat. So
Tilly's already doing her research.
That's spectacular.
But until next time, if you did enjoy this session, please make sure to give us a follow. And if you want to catch up on the previous sessions, you can do so on YouTube. The link is in the chat right now. There's a bunch of episodes on there, but you'll need to watch the beginning of the arc onwards. So it's only about 8-10 episodes around that now. Not that long. But if you did enjoy it all, you can roll it all back to the very beginning and watch them fight some gnolls and try and eat each other.
Oh yeah.
That was only one person.
I won't explain any more than that. Go watch it yourselves. But if you did enjoy that and you want to catch some more D&D on the channel, there is, of course, Bike Club, as we mentioned at the beginning of the session, every other Wednesday, next Wednesday. And with special D&D this week, is it a recurring thing?
Don't know yet. Potentially.
All right. So this Wednesday with DM Jason, who is very cool. His monologues are really good. So look out for that. But aside from that, thanks very much for watching. If you want to follow us, our Twitter handles are below. But we will catch you guys next week to see where this exciting adventure goes. All right. Catch you guys next time on the next Adventurous Tale.